Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John.
I'm Claire.
We have got Ted. He joined us at the last second. That's Ted over there, and I don't think we've got kittens. Do we have kittens?
But I think they were in the kitten nursery having a snooze.
They were just having a snooze in the
dinner.
nursery. So as many a true nerd, and welcome to PowerWash Simulator, which is back. So it's just picked up, a bit of free bits and pieces, and also because I just wanted, a nice chilled out live stream. I know what you're thinking, John. Every time you say chilled out live stream, you're just being silly, and it always turns out to be, dramatic and etc. etc. I don't know how that can happen on this occasion. It's a game about cleaning things with a power washer. There's only so stressful it could get. I say that, the new thing they've added is an aquarium. I didn't actually check whether, there's sharks in the aquarium that are going to try and eat you. That could be where it gets stressful. I'm not actually 100% sure about that.
You're power washing an aquarium.
Well, I assume it's been emptied of sharks first,
yes,
but I didn't.
One would hope so.
But I didn't actually. Okay, fine. That's possible. Okay, we'll have to see about that. Anyway, I think yes, we're both just a little bit tired. Claire's a tiny bit under the weather as well. So we just wanted a nice chilled out stream this evening. Super chilled out stream, so okay.
John, in 10 minutes, why is everything on fire?
If everything's on fire, things have got even worse than usual.
Yeah, because we do have a lot of water.
I'm spraying so much water on it. If someone managed to set things on fire, then something's gone very, very badly wrong here. So, okay, let's see if I could figure this out. Because this took me bloody ages to figure out, by the way. Because I was only got PowerWash Simulator trying to figure out what's going on. Because, okay, it'll be in the specials. It's new DLC, it'll be in the specials. No! All the other DLC lives in the specials. But the free DLC lives in a subsection of Korea. This took me bloody ages to figure out this. This took me absolutely cocky bloody ages to figure out.
It's new content and there's a little flag that says new.
Well, yeah, but I kind of should do it with the new content is sort of divided between the two. So yes, they've just been releasing, the odd bits and pieces. Good job reading the word Mars there, John. Mars rover, fountain, miniature golf course, steam locomotives, food trucks, solar station satellites, excavators, paintball arenas, Spanish villas, and now they've decided to go for water theme for no well-explained reason. But yes, they've just decided they're going to do that. I just kind of, reminded myself of the controls by doing a tiny bit of the submarine. But apparently the aquarium's much bigger than the submarine. Because the submarine, I did 20% of it in no time at all. The aquarium is apparently bigger. So we're just going to be, diving in and seeing what happens there. So, okay, none of the animals were harmed. Okay, that's fine. This is absolutely fine. So no animals are present and no animals are dead. Everything's going to be fine. So all the animals are okay. We just need to, clean it and whatnot. And do I have to, set anything? I don't know. We're just going to start and figure it out. Resets progress of the boat. That's fine. I wasn't that worried about the McGibbly Gibble. I've got a controller here because I find it more comfortable to kind of do with a controller. So, right. We've got ourselves a thing.
That's very grimy.
It is very... Oh, blimey, that's quite loud. Hang on, I'm going to turn the volume down a tiny bit. That was probably quite a loud sudden burst of water, which is absolutely fine. So there we go. That will hopefully sound a bit better. That will be less loud. I'm going to turn down mine too. Let me know if that's way too loud. But basically, we fixed up the crab. So, job done. I'd say we're we're most of the way there, right there. Just a reminder, by the way, you can just kind of flip the thingy around so it's in the right thing. Then you change the nozzle at the end of the hoose. So, you can go for very strong but thin, or alternatively, slightly McGibbly-gibbler, or proper thick, but you don't get that much power. But good for just the little kind of first thing right there. So yeah, you kind of got, options, etc. So, there we go. You can use that to write on the walls and whatnot. I'm going to run out of space long before I get to... Hi, Claire. Claire. There we go. Just writing a hi, Claire on the walls there. There we go. But
You're cute.
To make it up for her before I embarrass her later. Because have I got stories to tell...
God.
Have I got stories to tell you about... I feel like that's still very loud. I still like that. I still like that. Still very, very. I still like that's still very loud. Actually, are people saying volume is fine? It's just the tiniest bit.
It was loud, but not startling or painful.
Excellent. It looks quite loud, but let me know if you can barely hear us over the top. Oh, this is what I wanted tonight. I just needed to like walk into a dirty room and spray it with a power washer. This is. Oh, hang on. There we go. I've been paid 50 cents for successfully cleaning a sign. And then, like, do I just keep getting paid more the more of the sign I clean? If so, I'm just going to stand here and do this. Have I just found an infinite money hack? I mean, it's only maybe $3.50 so far, so you know, it's going to take me a while to get through all of it. But I feel like yes, the wide one is just not doing the job.
Oh, but also I think if you slow down.
Yeah. Yeah, if you go to wide, but then do it just a little bit slower.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I find that, you know what? Do I find that more or less satisfying? I don't know the fact
you're very impatient, aren't you?
I'm not good at patience.
That's true.
It's not a virtue I possess.
Each letter is an independent object of the sign, apparently.
That would be why then. I mean, I'm quite happy just kind of giving it like a first spray, just so like, you know, we can get the vibes here. That's absolutely fine. And
what on earth happened inside this aquarium? Yeah,
there was like a tidal wave or something. When people say it looks loud, John can see sound. Yes, the program I use to like, you know, stream the game has like little. Claire, what's the technical name for like little bars that visualize sound?
An audio mixer. It's written there.
Ooh, it is written. It's got a little audio mixer, so I can like, you know, see it goes red if it's like aggressively probably too loud, or like yellow if it's getting there, or green if it's fine, and low green if it's probably a bit quiet. It's like, you know, I literally see the sounds that you're hearing because I can't hear myself, and obviously we mix the games like, you know, the game's audio is quieter than us, etc, etc. So, you know, there's kind of there's various reasons why, yes, I can see sound. It's like a superpower. I'm kind of annoyed I didn't get paid for, like, cleaning the crab. I feel like that's important. So, okay, let's turn this off and just figure out what we're looking at here. So, there's entry hallway. There's... Oh, we can clean the star... I feel like you shouldn't... If you actually, like... I feel like you shouldn't blast starfish or, like, coral or whatever. Or...
Are those decorations, or...?
I hope the decorations, otherwise I am just blasting the shit out of wildlife right now. It says it's a starfish. Right, I'm just blasting the shit out of starfish at the moment. Good. Starfish are just being blasted into next week. Yeah, that's the thing.
As someone who has, Are
you about to tell me you own an aquarium? Because if so, why am I only learning about this 15 years into our relationship? That's unacceptable.
I was going to say, based on the questions in chat, as someone who has used a power washer before...
I've used a power washer before. You made more recently.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, many years ago, but yeah, they're awesome.
Yes, they are awesome, that is true. But I wouldn't want to get cleaned with one myself.
No, maybe on the very, very lowest setting.
No.
Absolute lowest setting. You know, set it to wide. Like, you know, that's barely even wiping the thing off. That's fine. That's A-okay. Also, when it says A mode...
I'm not as grimy as this aquarium. I may be French, but I'm not as grimy as this aquarium.
What button is it trying to tell me it wants for aim mode? That's just a circle. Not that. That's changing the things. That's fire. That's the noozles. That's the guns. That's the soap. That's a jump. That's crouching. That's sprinting. Then I could go into current loadout. Auto on. These are the D-pads. What button's that then? Okay, then there's a... Oh, hang on. Oh, this I'm gonna look for. Oh, there's things in the thing. Yes, this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to clean off things off the glass and see fish behind it. Good. You can actually just, like, open this and then you can see the fish behind. Hello, fish. Don't worry, I'm cleaning you. Like, your tank. Like, you know. It looks pretty clean on the inside. The damage was just to the outside. So it's absolutely fine. So there we go. Everything's fine. And, okay, I'm gonna address this now.
Yeah, they've been asking.
Because it's gonna come up a lot. So, obviously I'm aware that Fallout Stoke-on-Trent has been released. Okay, it's got, like, you know, unique pottery mechanics, much more than I was expecting, which is amazing. Like, I wasn't expecting that much love for the pottery history of Stoke-on-Trent. Like, you know, obviously I set up my character, you know, with just not all of my special stats set to P for pottery, not for perception anymore, just for pottery. So that's what I did. I've not played Fallout London yet. I will play it, but I just want to make it I just want to kind of just give it a few hours, just in case it's a disaster. Either technically, like, it needs to be emergency hotfix, or stuff we weren't expecting, like happened with Frontier. Alright, I'm hoping that's not the case, but I just want to give it, like, you know, a few hours, just in case it turns out to be, dodgy in some way. And I really hope it's not. I really hope it's not, because I'd love to, like, you know, just run around London in Fallout. That's great. That would be fantastic. But, like, I'm just going to give it a second just, you know, for any of the technical or other controversy to settle down.
Also,
yeah,
if and when we do have something on it, it will be a video, not a live stream.
It would be
or
a video.
At least a video
yeah, it would be a video first, yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of give it a loop scene, just kind of...
Yeah, people are saying that they're surprised we're not doing that right now.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we wouldn't just start with a stream immediately.
No. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I was hoping they delayed a tiny bit longer, so, like, you know, we could maybe wrap up Sim Settlements before it showed up, because otherwise that puts me in a bit of a difficult position. So, lazy, greedy bastards. Sorry, anti of lazy, greedy. Excessively efficient bastards.
Greedy bastards.
Excessively, aggressively efficient bastards. How dare they? How flipping dare they? I can't believe they did this to me. There we go. Just sort out that spot. So, okay, we've got a lovely walk through here. Then we've just got random. Oh, okay. There's a. Hi, cats. There, if you just heard a thud in the background, that was a cat. So the cat's just showing up. So okay. There's also. Oh, can I actually go in the gift shop? Or is that just? I don't know if I'll be allowed in the gift shop. I'm not sure there's a door. Like, I'm not sure there's an open button or anything. So yes, well, like, you know, the thought is like, if no one, like, overnight, if, like, you know, there's not a huge amount of discourse tomorrow about the incredibly dodginess in Fallout London and how, just like Frontier, it's now cancelled and someone's going to prison, etc., etc., then I'll probably give it a first look-see this weekend in some capacity, but I just want to make sure there's no unexpected surprises, and I really hope there's not, but you just can't know. You can't know ahead of time. So I really hope that's not the case. And I just want to check that before I, like, dive in. And also, then, as I understand it, I need to, like, possibly buy and download a different version of Fallout. I think possibly it, like, only properly works with the good old games version in the end. Even though I have my Fallout 4 on Steam is reverted to pre-patch, because you need to do that or you did need to do that for Sim Settlements. It's possible you don't need to do that anymore, but you did need to do that in the past. So, like, I don't know if that will make it easier for me to just do it on Steam, but I'll need to look into it. I may need to download a new version of Fallout 4 and then just check that they're not, you know, conflicting with each other or anything.
People are saying various bits about it messing with other mods and INI files and save files.
Yeah.
You know, preventing the game from launching, rewriting things. So, I mean, I'm assuming, like any other mods, really, you just need to be a bit careful when you install it.
I wonder if I might need to, like, record it on what used to be my computer and is now your computer. Because that's still more than powerful enough to play Fallout 4. So I might need to literally have it on, like, a different system to avoid corruption or risk of corruption. Oh, is it a thing here? Oh, those little dumb.
Those are cute.
Those little dumb things there. Guessing it's going to be yes on both sides. That's all absolutely fine. Okay, this range. Yeah, this range you can definitely do the wide sprayer, which is fine. Like objects are properly three-dimensional. You've got to, like, get in the nooks and crannies, getting all the nooks and crannies and whatnot.
I mean, this kind of game just lives and dies on, like, how tactile.
Yes,
they
exactly.
feel.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. There we go. Yes.
Speaking of the games that we obsess about, like this one.
Yeah.
The chat wants to know how many hours I've got in Terrascape so far.
Have you had even time to play it yet?
I have not, but that's because, like John said, I've been a little bit under the weather. I think a bit of a throat infection, and so like.
Well, that's a dramatic version of it. She's had a cold.
Well, no, but I had like
You know what? You have been sick for a while. There is probably something a little bit worse than just a cold.
Well, but I like used my phone light and like had a look in the back of my throat, and you could see like little
Ooh,
dots.
la-di-da.
Which is what. I mean, look, I don't know. My throat was feeling terrible, and I yeah. Anyway, just normal under the weather stuff, but like can't actually get in a proper day of work done because I had like a bit of a fever and everything, but also couldn't really just randomly take time off to rest and heal properly all in one go because I am going to Worldcon in about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And so do you need to actually be ready for that?
Can I just put soap on to make this better? Am I using the soap right now? Is that going to make this way more efficient if I use soap versus not? Did I even put the soap on? Hang on.
Are you allowed to use the soap? Like, do you need to swap it out whenever you're cleaning like the actual tanks and stuff?
There's no cleaner attached. How do I attach the cleaner if I can't do that? Yeah, cleaner. Yeah.
Does the nozzle?
Oh, does the cleaner only go to? The cleaner only goes up. The cleaner's only for this, and that's okay. Now, if I just put a layer of rather than just spraying things like an idiot, if I just put a layer of bubbles on this, like first, is that going to make it way easier to clean going forward? Because I suspect bubbling. Oh, that feels like that's coming off a bit easier. I feel like possibly soaping it up first before you start spraying. Ooh, restricted access. This is where they keep the secret sharks. Oh, secret sharks, secret sharks, secret sharks. Hang on, can I? Secret sharks, secret sharks. Where are the secret sharks, secret sharks? Aha! That's how you get into the thing. Apparently there was possibly this. Was this on the wall of the room I was just in? Was this the room I was just in? Did I miss the gigantic tank?
I think so.
I think I just missed the gigantic tank, yes. So, okay, I need to go over to...
Are you...
I'm just... What?
Are you supposed to use soap in here?
Well, I'm going to rinse it off, aren't I? I've got a power wash.
Oh, fair enough.
I've got a power wash. I'll rinse most of it off. It's fine. There's
different types of soap. You used the wrong soap.
I used the wrong soap. Multi-purpose cleaner. Plastic cleaner. How do I know what's... I mean, multi-purpose feels like it ought to work on anything, right?
I mean, that is fair.
Yeah. But if it's called... Okay, this feels like this is plastic. Like, if this is like... This probably isn't naturally occurring. Nature generally doesn't, like, you know, just have castles in it and shit. So I feel like this is a big plastic thing. So as a result, I'm just gonna, like, spray it down with the wibbly wibbles, and possibly I need to, like, you know, get my things. So pick up my equipment. Pick up my equipment. Just get that over to there, please. There we go. So I've got a little something there. And now I've soaked it up a little bit. Now we can clean the... Oh, yeah. Oh, this is what I needed today. This is what I needed today. Because I've been, you know... I've been stressed too. Not from illness, but from Claire's illness. Because Claire's been...
I mean...
Claire's been really... I've got a story to tell you about. I had to clear this with Claire before we went live. Say, Claire, do you mind if I tell the incredibly embarrassing story about you?
Do you mind if I roast you?
Do you mind if I just roast you on the live stream? So
obviously was fine.
I've got some shit to I've got some real shit to share later.
But that has nothing to do with me being sick.
That's true. It was
just normal incompetence.
That's true. It was just regular incompetence. It was
just bog standard. I made a mistake that could have been very bad.
Yeah, that was good. This has been good. This will be highly entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go.
Oh, you're just keeping it in your pocket for later. I'm going to keep it in my
pocket for later. I just want to focus on the thing for a minute. How's everyone down in the chat, by the way?
Dear, oh dear, good. people are approving of your approval getting of me before roasting me, which is quite nice. It tells you the surface type in the top left.
So it does.
Thank you very, very much, Brian. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of people pointing out about the type of surface. And yeah, just a lot of love for Terraformer and a lot of.
You mean Terrascape?
Terrascape, yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I couldn't find this specific thing. That's just looking for a specific thing, and I couldn't find it. Quick, Claire, prepare a really embarrassing counter story for John.
There are no embarrassing stories about me. I'm perfect and never make mistakes.
There are embarrassing stories about John, but to be fair, I did actually make a mistake, so I feel like the roasting is like... I'll count myself very lucky that I get away with just that kind of a roasting when it was a mistake that could have been quite bad.
Yeah.
It ended up not being too bad.
Alright, is this entire tank the Shell Palace, by the way? No, okay, the percentage is literally everything. The percentage is literally everything. So, okay, hang on. Hang on. Multi-purpose cleaner. This is glass.
Yeah.
Which is not plastic. We verified. It's just a big old spray of that. This is... Okay, I think the entire tank is plastic. Which feels... Actually, you know what? I don't know.
It makes sense, I
like,
suppose.
in an aquarium, I kind of assume that, like, large amounts of the rocks you're saying are just big rocks. But I guess it kind of makes sense that they wouldn't be for some reason. But, like, you know, there might be a very good reason why they're actually, in fact, not.
Well, it's probably just easier to, like... You know, because they probably want to design an environment that works for, like, all the little, like, fish and everything.
I mean, I won't do something like, you know, if there's, like, a crashed plane, like in that Aquarium documentary we watched, that's not a real crashed plane or something. That's, like, you know, that's just, like, a prop. But, like, you know, I was kind of assuming the rocks would just be... Then again, I suppose, where'd you buy real rocks? You just call up a quarry? Say I'd like a big rock,
like
please.
We did for, like, the path in the garden.
We did. We just called up a quarry and said, can we have some rock, please? They were very nice about it. They basically said yes.
Yeah, because they do sell it, and it was much cheaper than buying it from, like, a garden centre or whatever. But, I'm assuming that it's easier for them to make stuff.
Oh, you can open the clam! There's actually an open thing. You've got to open it up so you can clean it properly. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Something's interactive. And you've got to get into the nooks and crannies. Oh, yeah. That's the shit. That's the shit right there. Sorry. You were saying something before I was distracted by a giant clam.
No, I was just saying that, like, if you want to make an environment because you know what you need to, like, make your wildlife comfortable and everything, it's probably just, like, a lot easier to have it fabricated and then, like, make it out of, like, fiberglass and, you know...
It feels sad to me, though. Like, I don't know. Do you think the fish notice? Do you think they're sad? I think they're sad.
I think they probably have to have some sorts of natural materials so that they can be, you know...
It's like how, like, you know, when pandas aren't in their proper environment, they're really sad and they don't act the same as they do in the wild. Like, what if, like, you know, it's the same for tuna? What if the tuna are just like, look, it's made of plastic. This isn't the ocean. I'm sad now. I really hope they don't know. Or, like, they're fine with it. Maybe for them, like, you know, plastic's really exciting. So, okay, because they don't get plastic in the ocean. They do, actually. It's a big problem.
Oh, just...
Things to not say. Yeah, the fish must be really excited to see plastics. They don't get that normally. Oh, dear. Oh, no. That wasn't true, as it turns out. Okay, just give me a flash of any more. Yeah, that's officially clean. Right. You could be closed, giant clam.
Top of it is...
Well, I think it maybe did finish the inside. I think I finished the inside, at least. I finished the inside, so that's good. Now, afterwards, I might nip up outside and do the other side of the glass. It bugs me that I can't tell whether this is done or not. Because, like, you know, you can sort of see it's done, but, like, because there's muck on the other side of the glass, you can't actually...
Can you see with the, like, little orange?
Well, no, because the orange flashes both sides, so it kind of, the opposite's true, in fact.
You can see it even less. Anyway, people are amused by the fact that...
this was like a really bad PR reaction to like an oil spill. Like, we just wanted to introduce fish to the wonderful world of oil. We thought, you know, it might make it really exciting. You know, they look up from the bottom of the ocean and they see that all of a sudden, oh, the front surface of the surface of the ocean's all rainbow coloured. How exciting! Happy Pride Month from BP.
Lol. Dear oh dear. Hey, shout out to Clayton, who says as a fish keeper they definitely notice.
Oh no!
Macroplastic is exciting, microplastic is suffocating, says Chupacabra.
Okay, yeah,
Well,
that's
I mean,
a good distinction to make.
yes.
That's a good distinction. Happy about that, yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on, is that where I came in? Yeah, that must be where I came in. Up there, I was thinking, wait, did I come in somewhere else? But no. Yeah, I want to clean this ladder before I go up it. I don't want to climb a dirty ladder. I'm not a cooking fish. Alright. There we go. Clean ladders before I actually use them, etc. Medium nozzle's an excellent little kind of like, you know... Thought that was Ted for a second, but no, it's a motorcycle outside.
Yeah,
Just
it
a
was just a
motorcycle
very
outside.
loud motorcycle. The kind of motorcycle that I'm surprised he hasn't whooped.
I'm actually surprised.
Deadhead!
Oh, he literally just got up and wandered off. Like, hang on, what did I just hear? Was that a motorcycle?
What the twat on the motorcycle? Look at the red!
To actually properly...
Good shit, well done!
Okay, this is actually going to be quite hard to clean. As if I kind of clean it as I go up and down it, then yeah, there we go. I think cleaning this as I go up it, like one way, right, and then like down again, and then up facing the other way. I might be able to clean at least most of it there. Okay. This will probably be like the feeding thing. Claire and I watched a documentary series about aquariums recently on the BBC. It was very fun, though also tragic on occasion, because, like, you know, I think they were kind of like, setting up one of the animals to, like, you know, be, oh, we're adopting this animal, and, like, you go to an aquarium and you're going to be recording them for, like, 9 months or a year for a show. It's like, you know, naturally you set up, like, you know, your storylines early, because you can't know how it's going to end. So they set up this turtle as, like, hey, this turtle was in a bad way, but then he got adopted, and then, like, you know, oh, the turtle's going to be in a better environment now. Then the turtle just died at the end. It's really sad. The turtle just died.
Spoilers for Secrets of the Aquarium.
The turtle just did have to put the turtle down, because the turtle just wasn't doing very well. I was heartbroken.
I mean, to be fair, the turtle was, like, a survivor of being caught in, like, fishnets or something.
Yeah.
Like, the turtle had to be in the aquarium because it could not be released into the wild from the sanctuary that had rescued it.
Yeah.
So they thought, you know, aquarium, that could be a good place.
I'm being tickled by a kitten.
Hello, Willow.
I'm being tickled by a kitten, just walking past my feet, giving him a swish with the tail. Hey, sweetheart.
Sorry, Willow, did I leave my water bottle when that came back to fine?
Oh dear.
Okay, I got it now.
Shocking. Yeah, I think the best way to clean the ladder is like just go up it like as slow as you can, facing one way, and then kind of going back down the other. But then you kind of drop down, but if you just go it slowly over here. So that was
kind of feel like you're propelling yourself up with the nozzle.
And basically, I think the rules of normal physics have been slightly suspended. This game you're kind of just playing as like a kind of power wash themed superhero. I choose to believe. Yeah, I totally missed that this was a giant tank here. I just walked straight past that. Oh,
so it says there multi-purpose. So I think when you are doing glass, maybe you shouldn't be using multi-purpose cleaner. Maybe you should be using glass cleaner.
I've only got plastic or multi-purpose.
Yeah, I know. You need to unlock the glass, presumably.
Maybe, yeah. But I've not got much money because I've not played enough PowerWash Simulator, clearly. So
yeah, well, carry on.
That's what we're doing. So, okay, not the plastic. Go into the multi-purpose cleaner and just Spray the glass down here. Refill. It doesn't seem to be costing me money in any capacity. That's all absolutely fine. It's just, yeah, some good little bubbly bubbles over here. We're making progress now. We're making flipping progress. This is... Oh, is there an even wider one than I thought? Oh, there's an even bigger, wider one than I thought. Okay, that one's excessively useless. That one's too useless. That one's excessively useless. Claire.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Clayton, who says, I keep a lot of natural plants and wood in my tanks. The fish are much happier for it.
Oh, good.
Very, very nice. Clayton, if you want to say anything about fish, you absolutely please say it in chat. Everybody, we always appreciate it when you super chat, but if for whatever reason YouTube won't let you do it, or if you can't right now, please always feel free to reply me in chat and leave a message. And, you know, we always try and make sure that we are reading some stuff from chat as well as
yes,
chat.
Claire's job is literally to be in the chat, so Claire should see any message at her.
Yes.
So as a result, yes. Like, I won't see things until Claire tells me about them, so obviously I've got my eyes on the game. But Claire's job is to keep an eye on that stuff, so we should, like I've made kind of a... literally blasted a hole through the thing. So that's all delightful. So okay, we're making some progress here. We're making some progress here, though. I think I need to set up the ladder. Yeah. I need to pick up the ladder right about.
There's a like shade over there that kind of tells you.
It has to go in a particular location. Yeah. There we go.
Hey, shout out to Jake, who says any message.
Lol.
Thank you, Jake. You are a good. Dear oh dear. Oh, also shout out to the book 778 who gave us £10 and says more of this game. It's a joy to watch. How are the kittens after everything that's happened? FYI, if anybody's not followed, everything that's happened is they got spayed and then they had to have a cone of shame for a few days.
They were spayed and the vet was like kind enough to trust them and be like, hey, you know what? Maybe if they just chill, they don't need a cone of shame. Following morning.
Yeah, they needed
activate kitten seed investigation mode because somebody, and we don't know who. No, we know Xena had her things open, but we can't prove that it was Xena that actually opened.
Yeah, but we've never actually seen either of them lick the other's wound.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas they lick their own wound quite a bit.
So it kind of feels like Xena opened up her own wound and then.
No, she didn't open up the wound. We were very lucky. What she did is untie the knot on the stitches like a fucking ninja.
Yeah.
Like that cat was well named, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Because it was impressive. So anyway, thankfully, when we went back to the vet was like, "Oh, this is fine. She hasn't actually like done anything.
Done any real damage?
Stitches.
Yeah, no real damage at all."
And then the stitches were out within.
Then
like,
within a
2
few days, and now they're healed up, just with a slightly embarrassing shaved-off patch, obviously.
Yeah.
So I need to regrow some fluff over the top of that. But they are now fine. So you know they're They're now properly vaccinated for like the next year. They've been spayed. They're growing up.
Yeah. They're getting bigger.
They're growing up. Little babies growing up now.
Anyway, the book 778 also says, I hope the kittens are well. Please give Ted a hug for me. I just did that when I was calming him down for the motorcycle, so that works. And would like to know, John, have you heard of the game Locomotive? It's a murder mystery set on a steam train.
I've not, but I greatly approve of the pun.
Yeah, I thought
so I
might.
think I might have to look that up because I greatly approve of that pun.
I thought you might. Dear oh dear, shout out also to Ampsand who gave us $5 and says, hey John, please don't use too much water on my mecha droid. It's likely to rust. Dear oh dear. There we go. We've got a message from Gary, who's been a member for 20 months and says hi all. And Gabriel's been a member for 21 months and says hello to the MATN family. I'm not going to be able to stick around much longer this time, but I hope Teddy and the kittens are doing good.
I think they are. Right, who's ready for a highly embarrassing story about Claire? Who wants a highly embarrassing Claire story? Okay, so, and technically, of course, I'm going to preface this by saying technically this is also an embarrassing me story. But the particular funny bit of the story involves Claire. So that's the bit we're going to focus on. So let's start at the beginning here. So many a true nerd pays taxes because we exist in society and whatnot. You know, we have to do that. That's the thing we have to do. You know, you have to set up a business, you pay your taxes, you put tax returns in, etc., etc. It's a little bit different in the UK from how it works in the US, but you know, it's not entirely 100% different.
Claire, good. No matter what, we still love Claire more. Knowlton wants to know if Claire needed a cone of shame.
Claire deserved a cone of shame. The thing is, it was actually bad. It's more hilarious than embarrassing, to be honest.
Yeah, it's hilarious more than embarrassing because it turned out to be not that bad. But please carry on.
Yeah. So naturally, you know, you have to file your taxes at certain times and you pay your taxes at other times, etc., etc.
Yeah. Also, naturally, because taxes are complicated and we want to make sure we don't do crimes, we have an accountant.
Accountants. Not like we don't like maintain a full time. Like literally, we just go to an accounting firm and just be like, "Hey, please help us." Like you said, a few times a year, we speak to a guy like, "Please help us to do this properly." But basically, we were coming up on one of the deadlines for certain like boring tax materials. I'll spare you the boring details, but the short version is, Claire was suddenly aware that she'd made a slight error, which was we were slightly late with something, which is fine. Like, you know, it's not the end of the world. They don't, like, you know, send in flipping SWAT teams to break down your door if you're slightly late on your taxes. But we were aware, okay, there might be, like, you know, a small penalty because we were slightly late filing something this year. So I sat down with Claire in the morning. She's like, hey, can you just, like, speak to the accountant or, like, look into this and try and figure out, like, you know, just let me know by the end of today how bad the damage is, just so we know, like, oh, it's fine. Probably it's going to be absolutely fine. So Claire went to, and I sat down to record. So I'm in a sealed room recording.
Tell
right now.
them what you said to me before you started recording.
I used the exact expression. I'll decide how annoyed I am at you after we figure out how bad the damage is.
How much money we owe.
How much money we've like lost in fees. Not like how much money we owe in tax. That's whatever it is. I mean, how much money we're being charged as a fee because we were slightly late on our taxes. So I said that to Claire, and off I go to, like, you know, just do some recording. So I just left Claire to this. Claire then started doing some Claire maths. Claire did some Claire maths, and would you like to share with the people?
Okay,
what the number you thought?
I did not do some Claire maths.
You did some Claire maths.
I phoned the accountant, and our regular accountant person wasn't there. But I spoke to somebody else and I asked, hey, could you give me an idea? Because my boss wants to know.
Yeah.
And she kind of walked me
could you say that again? You just referred to me as your boss. I like that.
Yeah. So I said to her, I just need to tell my boss, like, how much we actually, you know, it's fine. Obviously, we'll sort it out ASAP. But you would like to know how much we actually owe in specifically the penalty for being late.
Yeah.
And she explains to me how it's calculated, and she's like, oh, well, you know, your general, like, tax liability, which is the name of, like, what you owe in taxes, is this much, and then it's calculated on,
yeah, like, you take this, it's this percentage, they add that to that, etc., etc. Maths.
So she tells me the percentage.
Yeah.
And then she said, and then it's, you know, per day that you're late. So I understood from what she said, because, you know, she thinks it's really obvious because it's her job. I understood from what she said that I apply the percentage to the tax that we owe.
Yeah.
It gives me a number, and then we owe that per day that we're
and then
late.
You multiply it by the number of days instead of working it out.
I'm going to explain what the thing is, what the actual thing is.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see if your version's less embarrassing for you.
No, it's not. Let's go chronologically here.
Okay, chronologically.
So I'm calculating this, and it spits out £69,000.
Yeah, that's not the amount owed. That's literally just the...
no, the amount owed in taxes is much less than that.
Yeah. Much
less than that, and it goes 69 grand. And I go... So I'm frantically texting my best friend, who's, you know, a tax accountant.
Actually good at tax stuff, yeah.
Well, who's a tax accountant, not for... anyway.
Yeah.
obviously she's our friend. She doesn't do our taxes. But I'm texting her like, I am in so much shit.
I'm so
my
sad I didn't
God!
get to see your face during this. This sounds like it would have been hilarious.
And she goes, that amount sounds
That's not possible.
ridiculous.
That's not
for
possible.
for that amount of
Yeah.
as a penalty for that amount of taxes that you're like. Are you sure?
That's not possible, yeah.
Don't panic. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because she also knows about me and math.
Yeah.
So anyway, I call back again and I'm like trying to be very English about it, and I'm like, oh, I'm ever so sorry. It's just that when we were talking earlier, you said this and you said this percentage, and I would make that to be almost £70,000. So, and she was like, let me just calculate it for you.
Yeah.
And then she was like, it's £200.
So in the end, the fee is, like, it's a couple of £100 or something. And Claire was like freaking out because she thought it was. I was going to come out from recording something. She was going to tell me, by the way, we now have to find £70,000 from somewhere because we've just completely fucked up the taxes.
And I mean,
How long were you panicking that for? 'Cause I'm so sad I missed this.
I mean, like probably maybe 15 minutes. I don't know.
Oh,
10
that's
minutes,
a good
something like that.
long panic.
I mean, Jen was very much like, this seems sus.
Yeah.
Jen was like no. So anyway, it turns out
Luckily,
that
we don't have to do the, hey, let's see if we can raise £70,000 to stop any intruder from going to jail live stream. We don't have to do that because Claire just did Claire maths.
so what it turns out is that actually, you apply the percentage that she gave me
Yeah.
to the amount of tax that we owe, and that's an amount that we would be penalized if we were late an entire year.
And we were nowhere near the entire
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
We
yeah.
know we already
And so you do a
technically been late.
prorata
Yeah.
the number of days, and we were late by like, I don't
However
know,
many. Not many.
like a month or
Not
something,
many or
like
something,
not many, but enough that because it's not like working days as well, it's also weekends and everything, so it's just enough that it bloody adds up if you start, we were not late like 30 years worth of taxes.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
So that was
bloody
fucking
scary.
hilarious.
So that was scary.
Yeah, so that you had real fun with that. You had real fun at being jump scared by taxes.
Listen, I mean,
So yeah, Claire got jump scared by taxes this last week, and I'm so sad I didn't get to see your face during this process because this sounds fucking hilarious. Oh, such a shame.
yeah.
Such a shame. Right. Ooh, the ocean. That is a place where water lives. Like how I get 25 cents per clean letter. So you just get a ching 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 when you just clean the whole thing. That's deeply, deeply delightful. I greatly appreciate that.
Anyway, now that we have proven that we are like real good at what we do, Sankey Gaming wanted some advice from us.
Oh no. Hopefully not on taxes.
Not on taxes, no.
Please don't ask us for tax advice. that would be like the worst thing you could do.
Our tax advice is get an accountant.
Get an accountant. Get an accountant to do it
Get
for
like
you.
a proper adult
Yeah.
who can do math.
Yeah.
It is endlessly amusing to me that I am handling the taxes for the business.
Yeah.
Mostly because John doesn't want to
I don't
do
particularly
it.
want to, no.
Yeah.
Which is also hilarious, because if you ever wanted to get me tossed in prison, that's how you do it, because I'm the one who's got legal responsibility for it. So if you just fuck up the taxes sufficiently, like, I go to prison, you're fine.
Yeah,
So
but I like you.
yeah, and this is why I need to really not annoy you. I had that set to the dumb white one that's why it was doing absolutely cocking nothing to the ceiling there. We're making progress here. We're making progress. We're just like taking the first layer off so it's nice and blue. Then we can start, like, picking off the detail once we go.
I think the interesting thing to me with this game is that this shows the difference between you and me.
You would not leave a room until it was 100% done.
I would not leave like a patch of the wall, like
Yeah.
it really.
Bah.
But that's the thing. Like whenever I clean the house,
Yeah.
it's either I don't notice that it's got quite grimy and like, well, not this grimy, but that it's got quite a bit of a pile of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if I start, and I don't know if that's like the ADHD or something else, but if I start, I'm gonna listen to like 3-hour-long podcasts, and I'm gonna be like pulling out the cleaning toothbrush and using like making bicarb of soda and vinegar mixtures and like.
So if I want to like manipulate you into
stuff.
like doing a deep clean in the house without me having to do anything, all I need to do is like say, "Hey Claire, have you seen this new 6-hour podcast about the history of Disneyland Paris? It's really interesting." Then you would just clean for 6 hours straight.
I mean, yes, but also I wouldn't be doing work.
That's true.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, or if it's my day off, I'd probably
Okay.
listen to it while doing gardening.
Just so that, like, you know, this is 10 years old, I'm going to do this first little tiny room we started in. We're going to finish this little starting room. Okay? There we go.
Okay.
We're going to make one room clean for you, Claire. One room's going to be proper clean, okay?
Anyway, Sankey Gaming Sankey Gaming says, "Hey, as you may or may not remember, back in a live stream, in 2021.
Okay, let's have to test my memory here.
Sankey Gaming, back in a live stream in 2021, was telling us about starting their own channel and why they started the channel.
I think I recall they did, but I can't remember the reason that was given.
I then made a promise to you both, and I'm now planning on setting up memberships and doing live streams.
Nice!
I made a promise to you both. Well, over the last 2 weeks, I've gained enough subs to become monetized.
I think that's 1,000 these days.
Last time I checked, it was 1,000 and then 4,000 hours. Watch hours over a year.
Yeah, they may have changed a little bit, but that's about 1,000, which is not nothing. Not even that's not
really
nothing
good,
at all.
like,
That's really good.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, often it's like the first like few that are the most difficult because it's very difficult to persuade people to, you know,
the algorithm to persuade
and the algorithm hates ye. The algorithm truly despises ye at that point. I'm saying ye because, like, you know, we're in an aquarium, so I'm feeling piratey. I feel like pirates and aquarium are somehow, like, you know, linked.
Anyway, Sankey Gaming says, "I'm now planning on setting up memberships, doing live streams. I'm worried about live streaming. Do you have any hints, tips, or advice? As I don't have a Claire to help me out with chat."
Live streams are really tricky and difficult at first. Absolutely, like, you know, some of my first ones are so scruffy. Like, because it's a completely different skill set in a way. Like, okay, completely different. It's more distinct than you'd think. Making
videos,
a video,
yeah,
it's more distinct than you think, because, you know, you can't go back and you can't like fix it all in editing. You can't just kind of do pickups as you go. You can't just, like, you know, think, okay, fine, we can just fix like the pacing or what have you. You've got to be you've kind of got to be, you know, filling all of the air some way or another. And on top of that, you've got way more things to keep an eye on, because you know, you're playing the game, you've got to chat, you may or may not have donations if those are, like, you know, enabled. You might want to be, you know, handling moderation duties might be a thing that you have to do. Like, you know, you've got to put on a good show while also doing you're doing several jobs at once. It's tricky. It's tricky. So, like, you know, a small live stream that's got a small audience of, like, just a handful of people who are, like, the regulars, you know, that's a good starting point. I started live streaming after we'd already got some scale. So the first live streams we did were chaotic nonsense. Because, like, you know, we were figuring it out live in front of thousands of people. Because I remember the first one we did, I believe, was Fallout 4. It was Fallout 4, and it was Vault 81, which I hadn't done yet. And I was thinking, okay, Fallout 4 is pretty simple, like, mechanically. All you do is you go up to someone, they say, go here, kill some people, you go and you kill some people, and that will be fine, so we'll just do that. And then I walked into Cocky Vault 81, which is, like, the one area where that's not true, because it's quite complicated, and, like, you know, you've got to find the right people and break into the back area, etc., etc. Thinking, oh shit, this is not what I was expecting it to be. And I flailed a lot doing that. It is tricky. It's a tricky thing to do, especially when you don't have a Claire to pass off to when you need a moment. It's like, you know, just take it easy, be calm, etc., etc. Like, don't stress yourself out too much. The first few will be messy. My first few were messy. Like, that's absolutely. This one's probably messy. They're probably messy to this day. I think that's kind of, in some way, that's the joy and ethos
That's the magic,
of a live stream.
though,
They should be a little bit chaotic and silly
because
and nonsense.
some of the most, like, crazy, wild, magical moments that we've had.
Yeah.
And I say
The
magical.
yeah.
I don't mean to be twee. Like magical, as in, wasn't it hilarious what happened with the wedding of Benno?
The wedding of Benno was wonderful. The wedding of Benno was absolutely wonderful. The bits you can't plan and you don't script are often the best bits. Those are often those are often the absolute best bits. Like, you know, you can't plan. Like, I couldn't have planned to say ahead of time, oh yeah, the fish would be really excited about plastics. They don't get that in the ocean. Like, there you go. Are you happy now, Claire?
Yes.
Are you happier?
Much
Now I've
better.
actually, like, you know, properly cleaned a room, and now we turn around to the rest of it. Okay, there's also a little bit on the doors. We're not quite done with the doors. Have I also got all the... It's like there's some little muddy bits on the edge of the crab here. We'll make sure that the edges around the sign are all properly done. Ah, you say. Got to check everything. Make sure we got the right up the back of the crab and whatnot. There we go. So that's good. That's good right there. We've got a good little starting point. Right there. Claire.
Shout out to Tilandi, who gave us 20 Swedish krona and says, John is a hot mess.
Yeah, pretty much. That's fine.
True.
I'm willing to accept that. Wait, what's the implication of hot mess? This is one of those things that now means a very specific thing to the youth.
I don't think so. I think it just means a hot man.
Yeah, but what does that specifically imply? Does it actually imply hot in the same way as hot? Or does hot mess carry a specific connotation? I don't speak youth. You're going to have to translate this for me, Claire.
I think it just means like a chaotic mess.
Yeah. I was kind of assuming someone was suggesting I was, hot and also a mess. I was like, yeah, that's fine. That's nice. That's.
Well, I was going to say that and be very smooth, but then you interrupted by asking about it.
Sorry.
Which did kind of make it a little bit less,
Ah, well. C'est la vie.
The book 778 says those doors aren't clean. I know, I was trying to be nice to him. It's still quite messy. No, yeah.
They're pretty clean. It's like clean enough. It's an aquarium. Like, there's gonna be people like coming in and getting their feet everywhere like tomorrow. Also, I think you do actually spread footprints, so I should do the floor first, so that I can like move around without just moving more dirt around from point A to point B. I think that's actually
Yeah, the interesting thing as well is that like this seems to be erasing the dirt, whereas when you're actually power washing, if anybody else has done it before, you do have to like direct the flow of the gun.
Yeah, this just makes the dirt just imagine it's like a magic eraser gun.
Yeah.
It's just a magic eraser gun in this game.
Whereas when you're doing like your patio or whatever, you have to like.
Well, some cleaning games have systems like, where, like, because you've got a mop, say, you've got to go and then clean it in a bucket, and then the bucket gets it, you've got to clean that out and put fresh water in it.
Yeah.
But PowerWash Simulator decided not to kind of have that mechanic in it at all. They don't have a mechanic like that. PowerWash Simulator just is. The PowerWash just sort of eliminates, it just banishes dirt from this plane of existence, banishes it to the shadow realm. That's the decision they made, and I think that's a perfectly valid decision under the circumstances. I think it's very, very pleasing.
Hate to break it to you, John, but hot mess has been a common vernacular for 15 years.
Yeah, but we're old. 15 years ago, we were already adults, and thus already losing track of what the youth of today were saying. I don't even know what a skibbity toilet is, Claire.
Yeah, me either.
No. There appears to be a head in a toilet. I don't quite understand why. Like, I'm a bit behind on that bit. Apparently there's going to be a film and a TV show of it, though. We should go and see that so we can understand better. That way we can understand and be hip and cool.
I mean, one of my friends was talking about this TikTok series that she watches that, like, explains and analyzes it.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'd be up for trying to understand what precisely why there is a head in a toilet. That would be very interesting.
I'll get these.
Yeah, we should. If we watch a documentary about young people, then will be cool, right? Oh, missed all of that over there. There we flipping go. Just missed all of that.
Oh my God. Dear, oh dear. Anyway, shout out to Michael who gave us 10 Canadian dollars.
Best dollars.
and says, "Hey John and Claire, I'm a long-time fan here to join the power washing."
Yay, power washing!
But there's one thing I've always wondered about. Where did you get that jaunty music you always use for time skips?
That is a Kevin MacLeod. Kevin MacLeod provides lots of royalty-free music that a lot of people use. Like, if you literally just listen through the sound library, you'll hear music used by huge numbers of YouTubers, especially those of a slightly older generation like me. Because back then there was less royalty-free music around; it was harder to get your hands on. And Kevin MacLeod, in Computech is the website. Kevin MacLeod's in Computech. Just basically provided loads of it for free back when that was very uncommon. So as a result, a lot of YouTubers of a slightly older generation will use that music. And if you go over the website, you'll hear loads of music. You'll probably be like, "Oh, that's from so-and-so. Oh, that's the music so-and-so uses."
That's this podcast intro. That's that podcast intro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It happens a huge amount. So as a result of that, that was basically just where we used to get music from back in the day. So as a result, and then it just kind of stuck. So that's it's called Hyperfun. The little kind of stinger at the end of the videos on the end cards is the ending of Fanfare for Space. There's more of that, but I choose the ending for the end cards there. There's a whole bunch of them. And we if you're going to go back a little bit back in the channel, there's a few more we used to use. Monkey Spinning Monkeys we use occasionally for the cooking videos and whatnot. That occasionally shows up in the background there. Retro Future Nasty has been used a few times, but not many times. If you really go back into history of the channel for that. But it is not where we get the Jaunty Irish music. The Jaunty Irish music was simply a composition of The Little Beggar Man, which is a traditional folk song. I'm trying to remember where we got that from now. I can't remember. But that was originally used in the video for GoldenEye 007, not the original 64 version, the remake. The remake that they did some years ago, where we couldn't put obviously Tina Turner's GoldenEye in, so I simply replaced Tina Turner's GoldenEye with some jaunty Irish music, and then I kind of used it a few times again since. Not for a while, but that's what that is. If you ever heard that and you're curious, there you go. All sorts of backstage secrets tonight. Lovely.
Dear oh dear. Yeah, there's a lot of love for Kevin MacLeod in the chat. He's
great. Kevin MacLeod's a star.
Yeah, we've donated a few times.
Yeah,
to
absolutely,
because,
absolutely, yeah.
We do use it a lot.
Absolute star is Kevin MacLeod.
Steve gave us €12 and says, "PowerWash Simulator, just take my money, all right."
Yeah, it's just when I'm in the right mood. This is what I want. Okay, this is what I want tonight. I was thinking, let's do some more. I was like, no, we've done so much Elden Ring recently. Some people probably don't like Elden Ring. Let's do something for the people who are not into Elden Ring today.
Silandi gave us 20 Swedish krona and says this aquarium was built mostly from mildew.
Well, I think there's been a tidal wave that's gone through it. I think it's supposed to be the story.
Yeah, fair enough. I've got a lot of questions about a particular thing, so I'm going to read them all at once.
Why am I suddenly worried?
It's not worried, it's Fallout London.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, go.
Shout out to Beth, who gave us $2 and says thank you for letting us know your Fallout London thoughts. We are going to repeat those for the people who weren't in chat before. Sebastian gave us 50 Danish krona and says, "John, do you have any intention of playing Fallout London? I just saw the launch trailer for the mod. Looked really, really good."
Yeah, it kind of snuck up on us, so I just need to make sure, one, it actually works.
Okay, like I just said to you, I have several. I'm going to read them all at once.
Yeah, but I like interrupting you. It's like my favourite thing. It's like my favourite thing to do. You wouldn't take that away from me, would you, Claire?
Shout out to Sir
Would
Dick
you?
Chicken Caesar.
Would you?
Yeah, but if I keep talking, then you can keep it up.
That's true.
Shout out to Sir Digby Chicken Caesar.
Yeah, but you doing like an annoyed John, stop interrupting me. Is kind of part of it too.
Yeah, I will. Don't worry.
Thank you.
It gave us £2 and wants to know if any plans to play Fallout London now that it's out. Let's see. I've also got a lot of people saying that they're contributing to the Claire Math Fund, which is quite funny. But anyways, Zach gave us $5 and says Fallout London is out. If you wasn't already aware, will you be doing a video soon, please?
Yes. If nothing, if one, I can get it working, and two, nothing hugely worrying about it comes out overnight, like, you know, unexpectedly it turns out to be a Frontier, Fallout the Frontier style disaster, yeah, this weekend I'll probably give it Lucy, yes. If I mean,
we hope that it's going to be good,
we hope
right?
it's not.
Obviously, we hope it's going to be really, really good.
But you just can't know. Like, you know, especially when, like, you know, you can, when it's a publisher, you can be pretty confident they're not going to put anything too untoward or dodgy in because they want. Because, you know, it has to go through, like, it has to go through literally a rating process and stuff like that. When it's a mod, you just can't, like what happened with Fallout the Frontier, you just can't know ahead of time whether there's just going to be a couple of people involved in it back end who don't get their work shown in the trailer at all, but are actually seriously dodgy and, like, but their work, they basically were able to shoehorn their work in because they knew how to do a technical thing that no one else knew how to do, so they couldn't be kicked off the project, and as a result, all of a sudden, yes, there's some really dodgy stuff. There's really dodgy stuff in there that you know, they deliberately hid from the trailer. And I really hope that's not the case. I do not want that to be the case. I want it to be good, but, like, you just can't know.
And
you just can't know.
As you all know, because we've got Sim Settlements right now as our series on the channel, like, a good mod can be
brilliant,
so fantastic, and we love it, and we just hope that Fallout London is another one of those.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we don't have Fallout 5, so it'd be great to have some new, very good Fallout stuff to play. We are really hoping for that, but obviously, if it turns out that there's some, you know, and if it turns out it's gonna, like, break pepper funnel your PC or whatever, we'll wait a little bit until it's fixed.
I'll have to try and figure out how to flippy make it run as well. Literally how to make it work, and also not break Sim Settlements, like, you know, have them on isolated save files and, like, you know, put them on different profiles on Vortex or something, or however it is we're going to do it. I don't know how to do it right now. I need to look into it. I'm not even going to try and summarize Frontier for that. Look into it. There are so many people who did, like, proper giant breakdowns of the Frontier on YouTube. But there was some real dodgy stuff in there at the end. So yeah, that's that was a thing. Plus, it also just wasn't very good. But then again, I was never onto the hype with Frontier, because, like, from the first time people were like, oh my goodness, look at these incredible technical things they've done, and they were like, oh look, you can get in a car and, like, drive around like it's Rage. It's like, I don't know, man. Who plays Fallout New Vegas and says, you know what, you don't want to improve this? Slightly wonky car driving sections. So I don't know. I never quite understood the hype in the first place.
You kind of felt like it didn't, like, what it was excited about and not excited, what it wanted to fix in Fallout was the stuff that you liked best.
Well, I wouldn't say that was quite the case. I think that's... I don't think that's correct. I think the focus it had and the things it was most excited about were the things like, well, that's not what I want from my Fallout game.
Fair enough.
Like, who wants giant... I mean, who plays New Vegas for the giant action sequences and giant, you know, showstopper special effect battles and etc, etc? Like, I don't know, man. That's not what New Vegas is about. So yes, hopefully this is not going to be a that style disaster. Hopefully this will be much better than that.
Anyway, let's see. So now we've got the Fallout questions done. Yeah, Gary has been a member for 30 months and points out that you should never use a power washer on window seals.
I bet you should. I see no reason why you wouldn't.
Steer gave us £2 and says, awesome game choice for tonight. Thank you, guys. We have £2 also from Lone Wolf, who didn't leave a message, but hey, if you want to reply me in chat with a message, we can make sure to read that. Also, shout out to Stanky Gaming, who's been a member for 20 months, but we've already talked about their message.
Yes.
And Ro gave us £5 and says, how are you all and what are your favourite fish? Brackets, not to eat.
I think the angelfish is cool. The angelfish is super cute. And those sort of fish, I'm big on octopuses. Octopuses are great, even though they are a mollusk, not a fish. But I'm super big. They're always my favourite bit of the aquarium. They're always my favourite bit of the aquarium, seeing an octopus doing awesome, cool stuff. That's definitely true.
I was just looking up which one an angelfish was because
The ones with the cool little stripes, the kind of yellow and black stripy ones.
I
They look like they belong on a griddle. Like they come with like instructions how to fry them.
She said not to eat.
Oh.
Sorry, they said not to eat.
But I like any fish that looks like it comes with like instructions.
Anyway, my point is, I'm a weirdo who really likes, you know, tyranids and zergs and stuff, so anglerfish.
Yeah.
Very
I
close
hate
in
anglerfish,
writing to angelfish, but you wouldn't want to mistake one for the other.
On the topic of eating versus not eating in an aquarium, my mother used to love scampi and eat it all the time. Then she saw living scampi in an aquarium and then she could never eat them again. I'm not sure whether she got over it eventually many, many years later. But I think they're tiny Norwegian lobster, I think is what they are. But they're like they're tiny,
they're so cute.
and they come out of little rock faces and they wave at you. And she saw it in an aquarium we went to when I was young, and she could never eat scampi again for a very long time at least. Maybe she got over it eventually, but she would say, "No, they're too cute. I can't eat them anymore." So my mother's pescatarian. She'll eat fish, but she won't eat meat. But then occasionally she's exposed to certain cute fish, and then she has to make exceptions to the rule. If a fish is excessively cute, it has to get removed from the diet, at least for the time being, which I find delightful.
Let's see. Some people are saying seahorses.
Are seahorses technically fish?
I mean, I don't know, but
They feel like they're probably one of those weird ones where it's not the category of animal you think it's going to be. Maybe they are a fish. They've got scales and stuff. Seahorses are cool. That's true.
seahorses are very cool.
You know what's always the most disappointing part of any aquarium? The most disappointing fish of all?
I do not know.
The piranha. Because when you see a piranha, what do you want to see?
A bunch of piranhas eating someone's leg.
You want to see them swarming and going around, but they're actually super chill. They're so chill. They're less active than so many other fish. Just chill out and the bloody aquarium staff. No matter how many times you ask, and never kind of just toss in like a fresh steak into the tank to drive them into a feeding frenzy or whatever, which I find just deeply well, I'd say the customer's always right. I'd say if I say, can you put a bloody fresh steak into the piranha tank so I get to see them frenzy, they say yes, of course, John, we'll do it right now. But no
animal welfare.
What, are you giving them meat? They eat meat. That's not.
Is that what they're meant to eat, though?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, really, what you want to have them tossed in is like a severed human arm.
Yeah.
But which I know must be hard to get hold of. But if you were to say set up an aquarium next to a hospital that's also next to a very busy road, then eventually someone who's had a motorcycle accident is going to come in and they're going to lose a leg, and then we could be you could say, hey, that would be amazing. You could send out a message to friends of the aquarium, the regular, the people who go regularly, and send things like, hey, just FYI, we've got a fresh human leg in, we're going to toss it into the piranha tank in 1 hour, you've got 1 hour to make it down to the aquarium, hashtag piranha leg day, everyone would come. I'd come.
But then you'd be in so much of a rush, you'd get to the car accident and there would be more legs.
This doesn't sound like a problem to me. This doesn't sound like a problem. I think I've horrified the chat.
Overfeeding could be very, very bad.
Slightly horrified the chat there. Sorry, cheat.
Anyway,
wait, not sorry, cheat. Fuck you, cheat.
There we go. Dear, piranhas are omnivores. A typical diet for the piranha includes seeds, insects, and fish.
No, it's not. It involves Jennifer Lopez. Wait, wow. That was Anaconda. Wait, who was in the piranha film? Jennifer Lopez was in Anaconda. So anacondas eat Jennifer Lopez. Who was in Piranha that was well known? I'm trying to remember now. Kelly Brook. Okay, piranhas eat Kelly Brook, anacondas eat Jennifer Lopez, sharks eat whatever that woman who was in Deep Blue Sea was called. Not sure she was ever a huge deal. Can't remember her name now. Check who was the main woman in Deep Blue Sea. I may need to figure out what the diet of animals is by what they actually ate in by who they ate in the film.
Which one is the dumb one?
That must be 1999. It can't possibly be. They made a sequel, Clout. I know what I'm watching this evening.
Also, Shark eats Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, the shark eats Samuel L. Jackson. That's true. Samuel L. Jackson gets eaten by a shark in that one. It's a great, unexpected twist. I love it.
Piranhas don't really go into the swarming killing sprees unless they are super starved. The stories of terrifying piranhas often come from when piranhas get trapped during droughts. Thank you, Sebastian. That's super interesting.
But it doesn't help me with the fact that I want to see piranhas swarming, but I don't want to, like, torture a piranha to do it. It's like... Well, could we, like, put some, like... Could we... And just hear me out here.
Oh my god, that's going to be horrifying.
Could we just put something in the water that makes them a little bit more aggressive? Like catnip, but for piranhas are like the opposite of catnip. Like, I don't know, apparently it's legal and legitimate and fine to drug cats, but if I want to drug one piranha to trigger a feeding frenzy, I'm the monster.
Well, yes, but John, the catnip doesn't make the cats, like, starved and want to eat people?
Well, no, we don't want the starving thing. I want to bypass the starving thing by just making it be a bit, you know, like, I think they'd have fun. Like, I think if you're a piranha, that's a fun group activity. Like, you know, let's all go out and do a feeding frenzy together. That's like, you know, that's like going to church at Christmas if you're a piranha.
When Trenton wants to know, Trenton says John is pro-drugging animals, he's talking about giving the cats catnip.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about.
Exactly. Everyone's like, oh yeah, you could give cats drugs, but you can't give piranha drugs. Double standards much. Just saying. Maybe we could drug the piranhas a little bit so that we, you know, we can get a little bit of an entertaining feeding frenzy out. Not much of one. I'm not asking for the world here. I'm just asking for a small feeding frenzy occasionally if the hospital next door happens to have a human leg. Ideally Jennifer Lopez's. Do you ever confirm who the lead actress in Deep Blue Sea was? Because I think mysteriously she wasn't even like on the list of that showed up when
Saffron Burrows?
That sounds like a name I've not heard. And I think she wasn't a big actress, wasn't a big star. So that sounds about right. Yes, she looks about right. That looks
You're
right.
So bad at faces, though.
Yeah, but I've seen that film a lot. What I have. Before we watched it together, I've seen that. I was seeing the film like 6-7 times. Deep Blue Sea's a classic. I owned it on DVD.
Have we watched it together?
Yes. How could you forget? It's okay. Try
really stupid.
Try and remember the time we watched the best film ever. Like, try and remember the best film you've ever seen, because it's that. Like the best film you've ever seen in your life, because it's that one. That'll be it. Okay.
You and I have watched a lot of dumb films together.
Yeah, but it's the dumbest. It's the extra dumb one. It's the extra dumb one.
I don't know. We've watched The Meg. That was really stupid.
The Meg, I think, wasn't quite committed to the dumbness. Like, I feel like...
Well, like, it was trying to be a bit too...
well, sometimes it was, and then sometimes it went the other way. I think the Meg didn't pick a lane. Sometimes the Meg's vaguely trying to be a bit serious, and sometimes the Meg's trying to be a bit too goofy. And I think Deep Blue Sea threads the needle. Deep Blue Sea threads the needle beautifully in a way that the Meg just doesn't. Like, I think the Meg was fun, but I think it should have either gone all silly all the time or actually been a proper good shark film, and I don't think it was either.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Dear, oh dear. Okay. Oh, wow. Alright, so... wow.
Yeah.
Drug experiments for you. Solandi gave us 50 Swedish krona.
Yeah.
And says maybe we can drug John and make him play 13, but then we swap it out for the remake and see if he notices.
No, that's perfectly reasonable. That's fair.
It would have to be a hell of a drug.
It would have to be a lot of drugs.
Yeah. It would have to
drugs
be...
are a lot more accessible these days. Like, you know, back in our day.
Anyway, it turns out I haven't lost £69,000, so you know we could spend it on drugs.
I mean, lots of drugs you used to have to, like, you know, either smoke or inject, and none of those things seemed appealing. But now apparently they like come in like brownies and little jelly babies and stuff, and that seems way more accessible to me. Like, that seems way that's way more something I'd be willing to try. I just don't want to smoke things. I just don't like the sensation of smoking things in the slightest. But, you know, it's just a delivery mechanism, really.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go. We've finished cleaning the ceiling, more or less, anyway. We gave you a little bit of grace there. It's okay. The corridor's more or less done there. Sorry, I need to get you there and finish up the floor in here.
Yeah, you need to finish up the floor because you were just walking past her.
Yeah, more mess there. So that's
oh, well,
all
apparently
fine.
there's 3 Deep Blue Sea movies.
Ooh, I bet they get progressively worse.
I mean, that is normally how it is.
I mean, Jaws didn't even make it to 2 before it got terrible. Just imagine how bad Deep Blue Sea 3 has to be. But you know, after they made Piranha 3D, they made a sequel. Do you know what they called it?
I do know.
Piranha 3 Double D.
Yeah, I do
Amazing. Now that is a film that committed to the goofy aspect.
Yeah.
All right. That's a film that. That's a film that properly committed to the goofy aspect.
Oh my god!
Oh dear.
Elias gave us 50 Swedish krona and says on the topic of frenzied animals, I got stabbed by a horse yesterday.
Elias, we need more details because I can't help but notice, like, and I'm not a horse doctor or like, you know, in any way a horse biologist, but horses don't have hands. So how did it stab ya? Like,
and
Elias,
also,
Elias, we're gonna be needing more details.
How are you doing?
How's the horse? Like, you know, did you fight back after that first exchange of opinions or whatnot?
Oh dear. Well, while we wait for a bit of an explanation from Elias, just because I've got a couple people who've just come in who are asking, we are going to wait to see if Fallout London is
can be technically and whatnot played. Like,
yeah.
Soon-ish, assuming there's not an unforeseen problem.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might need to like play it on a different computer because it might like over.
Yeah, if it does something weird and messes with etc. Yes, we'll have to see about what we need to do potentially. We may have to do. There may have to be some shenanigans about it. We'll have to see.
Also, shout out to Molly who says I was so stressed out during lunch from some money stuff. This conversation makes me feel like I've just had a good stress cry. Thank you. Well, we're always happy we can help.
Was that referring to the taxes earlier?
Either the taxes or maybe the Deep Blue Sea and the piranhas. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Dear oh dear, somebody said they got stepped on by a horse one. That does make sense, but yeah.
But stabbed, that's the trick.
Yeah.
Like, which bit of the horse stabs you?
I don't know. Was it a unicorn? Good question.
That's true. That
Good
a unicorn
question,
could.
Kirsty.
Yeah.
Dear oh dear.
I mean, that would be the perfect crime right there. If a horse was just like pretending, if a unicorn was pretending to be a horse, then like, you know, if it wants to stab someone, it just like pops its horn out, stabs them, and puts it away. Like, the police would never know. Like, the police would never. You wouldn't suspect the horse, would you? Like, you know, if there's a stabbing at the stable and multiple people are dead, the police get there and there's no one there but a few horses. No one's going to arrest that horse. That's true.
Molly says it was the piranhas, and let's see. We've also got a message from Physical256, who's been a member for 27 months, and says I took a weekend off from my PhD to go camping in the lakes that Dexter liked in the lake.
Claire's struggling with the sentence, I think. Hang on.
Yeah, well, there was no punctuation, but I will forgive them because they're doing a PhD, so I'm assuming they're having to write a lot of sentences that make sense.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give them a pass for writing sentences that don't make sense at this point in time.
Did that say, mention Dexter? Possibly in the Dexter, the TV series?
No, I think Dexter as in a dog that they have who's called Dexter. I took a weekend off from my PhD to go camping in the lakes. Dexter liked my new camping chair, and we have pictures on Twitter, so hopefully it's dog and not like a murder.
Yes. Elias is just refusing to answer about the horse stabbing, which I find delightful. Alright, keep your secrets then.
Elias gave us another 50 Swedish krona and says I was shoeing it and it tried to swat at a fly, so a nail went into my hand. It was a good trick.
Wow, that's... I feel like that... I wouldn't blame the horse for that. That feels like a you stabbed yourself and a horse was nearby situation.
Yeah, or maybe the horse... maybe the horse is just a bit of a bully and was like, were you stabbing yourself, mate? Were you stabbing yourself?
Hey, stop stabbing yourself. Stop stabbing yourself. Precisely. That seems... I think that's... I feel like you are unfairly portioning blame to the horse there. I feel like the horse should not have been blamed for this.
Dear, oh dear. Yes. Yes, a very good point from Quicksoat Badger.
Yeah.
Who says, as someone who's been trampled by a horse before, this was probably the least bad outcome. This is true, horses are very big and heavy.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yes.
John's victim blaming.
I have a positive view of horses being chilled, because most of the horses I ever get exposed to, my mum does like horse riding, like a horse riding charity thing, where it's like, you know, they're very placid horses that could, like, you know, be ridden by children and whatnot. So, like, generally my view of horses are that they're very chilled, placid, plodding creatures. But I'm guessing actually they're not, and they're actually vicious bastards, and clearly this one attempts to murder Elias, which is not cool. Not cool, horse, not cool. So, yeah, clearly, I don't know, maybe are horses bastards, potentially? Is that the question?
I don't think so. I think horses like us don't like flies.
Yeah.
Being like flying around them.
That's true, but I feel like a horse could be very literally just be the bigger creature and not bother, not care about.
Yeah, but it's
the
like
flies.
instinctual, I think.
I guess.
Like.
Yep. Oh, blimey. Also, I need to check the side of the ladder too. Oh, there's probably do the sides and everything. Right, and then up the sides on this side. Right, and then round to the side. Ah, you see, this is the good shit. Having to, like, you know,
so
step around it and then do each bit one by one. Just put you into the... Well, that was officially good enough. Excellent. So there we go. And then just make sure we're right on the edge of the pipe. Just make sure, yeah. The pipes are a fun challenge because the pipes, of course, are, you know, round and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got to make sure we're, like, properly getting the pipe on this side. And then we'll go to the other side. Ah, this room's good. This is my favourite room. The pipes have made this a good room. Also, just get the pipe with the thicker one at the top there. Oh wow, that's so far away. Even the thick one can't get that. Right. To you. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, as I slandered Claire recently, I'm going to say a nice thing about Claire now. My mum came to visit recently, to visit many Trinity headquarters, and we served her a crumble that was homemade out of raspberries that Claire grew in the garden. Actually, a homegrown crumble, and it was delicious. Because we figured out the trick. The first one you made was a bit too sharp, then you added some, like, jam into it.
Yeah, so the thing is, I've been growing stuff for a few years.
Yeah.
But it was the first time that, like, my raspberry bushes were actually like doing proper numbers. I think it's calmed down now. It's probably done for the year.
Yeah.
More or less, anyway.
We've got loads frozen, so it's not like
we've got
done.
Loads frozen, yeah.
We've got loads
and
frozen.
We've had, like, already 3 massive crumbles, and you know, every now and again, when there's only 2 or 3 that you pick in a day, we just put them in, like, a bowl of ice cream at the end of the evening.
Yeah.
But I wanted to practice making jam.
Yeah.
With, like, you know, I wanted to buy fruit and practice making jam so that, like, if I mess it up, I've not messed up, like, my very small supply of homegrown fruit.
Yeah, makes sense.
So I tried making some strawberry and rhubarb jam, and I put too much, like, setting agent in it. I put too much pectin. It was very, very set and very sweet. Like, I followed a recipe. The recipe was strong. It was way too sweet. And so I just used it
Oh,
as
it's the
a
recipe's
sweetener
fault.
for
It's like Elias blaming the horse all over again.
Well, yeah, because if you're doing like a thing, if you're doing like a jam or you're canning, you want it to be shelf stable for a while. So you do actually need to follow a recipe, so you make sure that like it's got the right amount of sugar, and you know it's got to have like a proper like chemical reaction to become all jelly-like, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Didn't put enough gelatin in.
no, I think I put too much pectin in.
No, not enough gelatin. That's how you make jelly.
Anyway, my point is, I still need to practice making jam, but at least I had some of that jam to use in the.
Yeah, and as a way to offset the
Yeah.
sharpness of the raspberries, it worked beautifully together. So it all worked out in the end. Happy ending after all. We found a
Yeah.
marvellous use for the jam there.
Yeah, just raspberry crumble with some ice cream. It
Yeah.
was so good.
It was really good, proper good.
And I got to impress John's mum.
You did.
Which was good.
Yeah,
Me and Ted both. Ted really impressed her with how he was behaving
being
with the kitten.
such a good dog around the kitten. She was so impressed with how well behaved Ted was.
Yes.
My mum was extraordinarily impressed with Ted, which was lovely.
She was impressed with you because she said you looked really happy and really well. So that was nice.
She says that every time. I think it's just the thing mums say. I'm not sure that it actually meant anything. I swear she says that every time. But I'm sure it actually means anything. It's just a mum thing.
Fine.
I swear every time I say it, it's like, oh, you look so well and so happy. It's like, no.
Yeah, but she...
Don't know why I've given my mum a kind of a Brummie accent there. She doesn't have that, but alright.
just desperate not to accept compliments.
It's true. There we go. Just wrap up this bit. Now this bit over here is going to be a bit tricky. So we've got a spray over to the far side over here, and I think on the middle nozzle, if I'm right on the edge, if I just go a bit slowly, I think that's fine.
Nice.
So I think if I just have to take my time and do this bit, but that's quite satisfying actually. It's quite satisfying. That's good enough. Just have to, like, you know, go back and finish all of that. I like the lights make no sense.
Yeah.
How the lights like literally are like you can have them half lit up and half not, depending on how you've sprayed them. That makes that's no cocky sense
also you're
whatsoever.
just spraying water at the light fixture, which doesn't feel like a very safe thing to do.
Well, it's an aquarium. Surely all the lights would be completely
yes,
water
that's
sealed.
true, but...
Like, but again, maybe not against like high pressure water spray, etc., etc. There we go.
I mean, I would still want to like go in and clean that by hand with like a sponge.
One would assume that any lights in an aquarium are presumably delivering like very low voltage, so even if they were like to have exposed wiring to the water, it would never harm anything.
I'm sure there's some kind of specific, like, you know, stuff that electrical engineers do for that kind of thing. I'm just like...
Yeah, the same as lights in a swimming pool.
Or a bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like above a shower cubicle,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
still freaky to have a look at. Anyway.
Oh, there we go. Very people saying, "Oh, yeah, John's mum's so proud of it." I'm not sure my mum entirely understands what. I think she understands better than your parents do.
Oh yeah,
your
for
parents
sure.
have got slightly unclear as to what it is you do and why.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think your granddad's given up trying to understand. I'm not sure.
That makes... My granddad is 97.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's fair.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh dear. But I think my mum sort of understands. But I've no idea how she would explain it to someone else if someone else asked her to explain. So I've no clue. I wish I could be a fly on the wall for that. That would be excellent to see. Coming up on 2/3 of this done. This corridor's looking very, very nice now. Looks like it is clear out this bit over here. Claire.
Let's see where we're at here.
I particularly like the chat. White noise in this game coupled with John's voice I find very soothing. I'm so happy right now. It's a very nice thing. Imagine some people just tuning and be like, "What the hell is John doing right now? Why is he doing this? What the hell's going on this evening?" But no, this is for the right person in the right mood, as I do enjoy saying. Yeah, this is just the thing. This is just the thing right here. Clap.
Yes, indeed. A shout out to Anthony, who's been a member for 50 months, and says, does the any message, as in when I told people they could leave any message, does that include the usual Annie and Leo pick on Twitter? Of course it does.
We love a pet pics.
Love to Ted and love to the babies. And I will share those pictures with
We love the pet pics.
second.
Though it does also mean that you end up, unfortunately, sometimes with, like, you end up getting sort of attached to other people's animals, and then you get second-hand sadness. Like poor little ham dog.
Yeah.
When little Hammy passed away.
Yeah.
You do get some second-hand sadness from other people's pets when the regulars and the pets you see pictures of all the time pass on. It's very sad.
Yeah, I don't know if Sarah's in chat today, but I got a message. You remember Atlas in Lucky?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So I think Atlas passed away a few years ago.
Yes.
And Lucky passed away recently as well. And so she sent me a message about it. She was just like, oh,
yeah.
Go hug your pets, everybody.
Yeah.
Go hug your pets and tell them you love them.
Ted is just flopped right over there right now. He's chilling out. He joined us last second. He was snubbing the stream. So just seconds before it started, then he bounded in and hopped on his little sofa. Because we had.
Ham dog lived. It was dog face.
Sorry, wrong way round. Sorry, Axel Fack.
Jesus Christ. Sorry, Axel Fack. We didn't mean to,
I hope the dogs didn't hear us say that. Right.
Ham dog is napping. She looked very confused when she heard her name. Sorry, Axel Fack.
Sorry, got things right again. If I'm standing on top of here, yeah, we can get the pipes from up top here. That's beautiful. And from on top of this pipe, I should also be able to do that. I'm so glad there's an auto fire button, so I don't have to be holding down trigger for like several hours. There's just an auto fire mode. And actually, from up here, I can actually do the ladder way more easily. That's nice. That's a very nice way of doing it. That's lovely. And do not forget the light there. Excellent. So we've made. I feel like I've earned more than $100 doing this. I feel like I've been ripped off by the aquarium on this occasion. The aquarium.
Yeah, seriously, this feels like you should get like hazard pay or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just do the rotating wibble to get any of the particularly tough stains around here.
I love the rotating wibble.
That feels like the thing that you definitely would kind of do some damage.
Yeah,
potentially
for sure.
to some people. That's the one you got to be careful of. So just drop down and right now from in here, I should be able to do the rest from the ground.
But yes, when I used the power washer, we borrowed it from a neighbour because we were just like, to clean the patio like once a year. Do we really need to buy one?
Yeah, exactly.
And John's mum recommended us one that she's bought recently,
that's like quite small.
Just like a smaller car.
Apparently, even the small ones these days are actually pretty good and pretty powerful. Like you don't have to buy like a decent one to get a decent result.
Well, I mean, I generally for tools, one of my guiding principle in tool purchases is go for quite a good brand and then like buy some of the smaller things that they have if you know
that seems reasonable
because then even if it's not like the best all the functions and everything, if you use it not very often, you don't need it to be the best of all the functions as if you were like working with it for your job. So yeah, we were looking at maybe getting like a smaller Karsha thing so that we don't have to keep borrowing from across the streets.
Almost got the...
the other door also has stuff on the top.
How does that? Oh, you're right. There we go. Got to jump and get that. And up there too. There we go. And one thing there. Okay, you've got a little bit over there. Finish cleaning up the floor. We're making good progress here. We're about 2/3 done. Though it's going to be the last like 5% that where you're hunting down the last bits where it gets interesting. Dear oh flippin' dear. Clap.
Hamdog was like, wait, I died?
Sorry, Hamdog.
Oh, Hamdog, who's a good girl?
Hamdog.
Who's a good girl, ham
Hammy.
dog?
Reports of
Easy.
ham dog's death have been greatly exaggerated. Sorry, I got my dogs the wrong way around there. I'm sorry.
Axel Fact says it's okay that names are kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
Dear oh dear. Sankey Gaming would also like to know if your voice has ever been recognized while out and about in the wild.
Only at gaming conventions and things that I've attended.
Yeah, I mean, I've been recognized at conventions, but I also had like a name tag, and it was more like people who knew me from like
And
Twitter,
you are,
from
of
SFF
course,
and stuff.
the multiple Hugo nominators. Claire,
Finalist,
obviously.
yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Sorry, is there a difference between Hugo nominated and Hugo finalist nominated?
Well, the thing is, like, it's a dumb thing. It's because technically when you're
It's like going into a "don't you know who I am" moment here.
No, it's just a dumb like technicality, because sometimes people call themselves Hugo nominated because they themselves nominated themselves, and that's like one nomination. It's a whole thing. Usually the people who administer the Hugos do like you to get it right, because it helps, it helps making sure that people aren't confused. Anyway, I found my last little pin, by the way.
Ah,
Little
you're
rocket
missing pin ahead of
It was just in a different drawer. I mean,
Nice.
I wouldn't have misplaced that. It was just in another drawer that had a bunch of pins in it. So yeah, I've got my 3 little rocket pins to wear on my lineage when I go to Worldcon. If you are at Worldcon and you see me, come say hi.
You can say hi to Claire at Worldcon.
Yes.
Just Claire. I don't do Worldcon. I find conventions are a bit too noisy for me. I tried doing it, like when we were younger and we sometimes went to conventions together. I found them a bit much. I find the crowds and noise and intense schedule of conventions don't suit me.
I mean, you are just a lot more introverted than I am,
Yeah.
and like even I
Very
find
true.
convention like a lot, and I am like a massive extrovert.
Yeah.
And even I have learned through the years that I do in fact need some like away from people time at conventions, which is so freaking weird to me, because I never need away from people time like any other time,
She needs away from me time all the time, but then I'm incredibly annoying to live with, so that's fair.
No, sometimes I need like alone time, but it's because like say I'm feeling a little rubbish and sorry for myself or whatever, like when I've been sick recently. But like specifically needing alone time because there's too many people is not a thing that normally happens to me. But yeah, you gotta take care of yourself during conventions. Anyway.
Here we go, officially passing by 2/3 there. 66%, but yeah, we're getting into some. I've kind of done some of the light, easier bits. This pane of glass is going to be trouble, because now it's like, okay, so which side is the dirt on? Like, that's definitely on this side, but I feel like now most of the dirt that's left is probably on the other side. I just couldn't tell.
Yeah, you need to. The frame has still a bunch of dirt.
I think some of it might be on the other side or in the middle. Like, you mean the bottom here?
Yeah, I mean the bottom and also the top.
Yeah.
I mean, please trust me on this.
Yeah.
That I, like...
You mean up here, like that, there.
Yeah.
But I think this is very thick double glass, so some of it might be sort of in the middle as a bit of a red herring. I think possibly.
Well, I think some of it is just you having, like, minus perception about it.
It's hard to see which side of the glass it's on. And of course when you see that, you can't differentiate between the plastic and the background. There's too many layers in a row because it's like see-through and stuff. So that's a bit on the tricky side.
Ooh, can we turn the volume down a tiny bit? It's hard to hear Claire.
Aha! I knew it seemed like it was a tiny bit loud. There we go. We'll whack it right down a little bit more.
Sorry, cheat.
There we go. That should be more manageable, even with the thing on all the time.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so hermit convention in Lapland. Everyone gets their own cabin, and then they just Skype. Lol.
Love it.
Well, and I think now there's now since lockdown, there's been a lot more work done by like various conventions to have
like
online
Zoom the
portions
things.
of the programming.
Yeah.
And just not just to Zoom the things, but to have online portions of the programming where it's like, you know, you can be an in-person attendee, you can be like a member and support but not attend.
Do you still get proper voting rights if you do that?
Yeah.
Nice.
So specifically for Worldcon, part of the membership is you get voting rights for like the Hugos. So you can be a non-attending member, an attending member, or like an online attending member, and there's different price points.
Yeah.
For that. So yeah, it's in Glasgow this year, by the way. So if anyone is like around there and would like to check out Worldcon,
Are there door tickets, or do you have to buy ahead of time?
well, you have to buy ahead of time, but I think there are still tickets that can be bought ahead of time. It's just like, you know, it might be more difficult to like get a hotel room, but I did not get my act together until super late, and I still managed to get a hotel room, like, you know, 10-minute by taxi away from the convention center, pretty cheap using convention pricing. So
Yeah.
you know, it's pretty alright still.
Yeah. All right. Nice.
Yeah. Anyway.
Do you want to just introduce vaguely what Worldcon is and what's actually there, in case people do not know and have no idea what you're talking about? Just give, like, you know, the 30-second version of what Worldcon actually is.
Worldcon is the World Science Fiction Convention, and if you happen to be like a person who is nerdy and reads a lot of sci-fi and, you know, talks about sci-fi books and movies and whatever on, like, Twitter and stuff, then Worldcon is like your Twitter, but in real life.
Yeah.
And it's very, very cool. There's a lot of panels and people, you know, chatting.
It's probably not your favourite convention, probably, given you appear to go to it more than any other, I'm guessing.
Well, Nine Worlds was my favourite, but then it stopped, so... I think
Falling into a pit of drama, as all conventions eventually do.
Well, yes. But
It's the leading cause of death for any convention. Drama. Wild,
Listen,
unstoppable drama.
I am not going to say no to that, because there's been more Hugo drama since the Hugo drama I told your mum and you about at the weekend.
It's the leading cause of death for any convention. Oh dear. Catastrophically ludicrous drama that never ever stops. Love
dear,
it.
oh dear. Ugh.
Oh dear. There we go. I see you down there, various bits of muck and whatnot, and I see some muck at the top too. Make sure we get the inside of the holes. One little bit at the edge here. Make sure you're properly cleaned. I see way more on the floor here around the edge. Nearly done with this room.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
This is getting close to done. There's definitely, like, yeah, little bits around the edge of these giant whale lights, which I quite like. Oh, hang on. See you. There we go. That was the information board that needs to be cleaned. There's definitely a little bit right at the top up here. Just take you out, buddy. Just take you out. We're getting there. We're getting there.
On the top of the board there.
Yeah, there's definitely a bit more. You're right. Yep, anyway, got that. Right in that corner there. There we go. The ceiling is at $5 for cleaning this ceiling. I
think you got money.
You quoted too low, my friend.
Yeah, I think you got money for each of the animals separately, no?
Yeah, but not much. I feel like I bid too low for this job.
Oh, seriously, you did.
Seriously, yeah.
If you're a freelancer, do not undervalue yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Dear,
especially if you have to clean an aquarium with a power washer.
Shout out to Alexander, who gave us $5 and says here's a contribution towards buying a better washer. This stubby gun is tragic.
What's wrong with this thing? This is fine. I'm having a lovely time with this. It also appears to have infinite water and not need to be connected to a hose pipe, which is excellent. That's good right there.
And not make a huge mess of water everywhere, which definitely was a problem with me when I was using a power washer that one time.
Yeah.
Dear, oh dear. Connor gave us 6.9 Canadian dollars.
Excellent dollars.
Excellent dollars, nice amount. A contribution to the 69k, they say.
Our poor tax bill. Okay.
Yeah, so if you're just joining in and you're hearing this, We do not have to pay £69,000 in tax.
Yeah. Claire was just incompetent. It's her only job.
That is not my only job. And I did do some math wrong and think we had to pay £69,000.
Good old Claire math.
And we had to pay £200, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Dear oh dear.
Okay, we're now to the stage where, yes, if I look at something, there's a little meter that shows you if it's empty, that means it's done. If there's still any white showing, that means that's the amount that's actually left. And then you can just use the... So there we go. So the crab is fine. That wall is fine. That wall's fine. All of them are fine. The door... Oh. Entrance room wall. Track it down. Use my dirt sensors. Where is that last bit of dirt on here? There we go. Now it's just a tiny bit that was almost impossible to see. So this room, I think, is marked as... hang on. Oh. Is that the entrance rock wall frame? Okay, we just need... It's somewhere on the orange, which is going to make it harder to see. Could be actually the ground. I'm not sure whether that counts as part of the frame or not. Or it could be on this side. Whether that counts as a separate item or not, but this side is clearly a lock.
I think it counts as a separate item because it says rock wall. But you've cleaned the frame now.
Yeah.
I think you got it as
Shallow arch rock wall. Definitely a few around here and more up there too. I see you up in the corner. Now we're into actually, using my dirt sensors to track down. The shallow's floor is officially not good enough yet. Not even close to good enough, in fact, possibly because I've been treading dirt through it this entire time. There's loads. So terrible job. Terrible job. There we go. That's good.
But
enough.
yeah, that's quite good. Like when you do enough of it, it says it's all clean.
And the rest of it just immediately just
which is
naps
quite
off,
nice.
which is convenient.
It just gives you you just get the
Sometimes
right...
I think it's a tiny bit too generous, but I guess it's better that than it being frustratingly not generous enough on occasion.
I mean, I feel like you're already taking
Oh, the loads got missed here on this side. I must have not even done this side before. And on the back over here too. There we go. And if you can see it, there we go. Now we're doing it. Now we're mopping up. Now we're mopping up, but not with a mop, but with a power cleaner. So just for the little bits.
But yeah, those coral bits. It says plastic.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not sure you don't need, soap is for,
you don't need soap, but what I'm saying is you're not actually cleaning the fish themselves or the coral itself. It's
good point, yes. These are definitely not real starfish. Good spot, yes. We've verified we're not actually power cleaning starfish, which is good, because you probably shouldn't. I'm no starfish expert.
I'm gonna guess.
I'm not a starfishologist or anything, but, I feel like, I'm not an ichthyuhelio specialist. But, that's sunfish. I can't remember that. Astera! That's the Greek for star. I lost the Greek word for star there for a second. Dear oh flippin'. It's been a long time since I studied classics, alright. Some of the vocabulary gets away from me. And I see you over there, buddy. I literally suns and stuff. Yeah, but also a sunfish is a totally unrelated type of fish, so you probably should...
Don't worry, it's not like the word for star in modern English is related at all to Astera, so that you could have figured it out or anything.
Mm-hmm. Dear, oh dear. Right.
Just ragging you for no reason.
Oh,
anyway, shout out to Silver Iron, who's been a member for 21 months and says 3 months to go!
3 months to what?
3 months until they've been a member for 2 years.
Ah, I see.
Shout out to Kirsty Bookworm, who has been a member for 6 months, and says hi to all of you at MATNHQ, especially the pets. John, have you heard of the game Norland, which is a mixture of Crusader Kings 3 and Rimworld?
Yes, I have it. I think I downloaded it already. It's just waiting for a slot of the schedule. Yes, it looks cool. It looks very cool. Hang on, what's not clean on you? What's that? Oh, hang on, I see what's not clean on you. There we go. But what have I missed on you? Oh, is it down that bit? There we go, is that bit? There we go, one more information sign here. And down on the... No, down on the thing. So underneath. Come on, buddy. I see ya, I see ya, I see it. Just a little bit more. There we go, lovely. I think this room might be more or less. Shallow's information board is not acceptable. Is that just the bits on the side and the top? It probably is, you know. And, oh, yeah. Yep, yeah, and that's good enough. I think we are... Oh, hang on. I see you down bottom, and I think you, sir, are not properly cleaned either. Get around the back of you. Get around the back of... I have not been around the back of these things. Yeah. Get around the back of you, friend. This particular wall. Is it? Yeah. Loads up here. Loads up here. Loads up here. Get up top. Get up top. Get up top. Get up top. That was the wall, and that one. Okay. I'm going to call that room done. Now, there may well be... the frame. Yeah, we need to make sure we've got the frame all the way around here. This is, you know, this game, I love how this game's got different stages of incredibly satisfying. Like, you know, you've got the stage where you're just blasting off the big stuff, and then you have to go back round and make sure you've got every tiny little thing. And that's also very exciting. Hang on, what was that? That was the... is that the edge? Yeah, I think all of the edges probably need to be... I need to check the edges independently. You're fine. The ceiling's fine. The floor is already done. That's acceptable. I think the walls actually... oh, hang on. There's still some stuff on the wall here. Just a little bit. This is a bad texture for hiding the dirt. I think you really need your 6 sensors for that, because that is tricky right there. Just round to here. There we go. So that's the floor, okay. Which is good. That's that wall, okay. And then that's... okay, so I think that's the tunnel clear.
Nice.
Tunnel clear. The big thing is really just this big room over here now. It's mainly just the giant area right there. Then I hope they don't have sharks in, because I feel like this is demeaning for a shark. Like, turtles, yes. Mermaids, acceptable. But I wouldn't put a shark in there.
Mermaids?
Yes, mermaids.
Uh-huh.
Look, it's... I just think can you really call yourself an aquarium if you've not got at least one mermaid?
Mm-hmm.
Like...
oh, there's some in the corner.
yeah, there's loads in here. This room's not done yet.
Ah.
This room's definitely not done. I think I've done the ceiling in here, and I've done the floor in here, but there's definitely still some. I'm going to. Oh, hang on. I'm glad I came out this way, because I did not see this door was filthy on that side. And possibly there might be the underside of certain things. You need to get right down onto like the ground to see.
Oh,
yeah,
that is so trolly.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
right,
it.
because that door is clearly off the ground, so therefore you can just about get down bottom. I think this tunnel is fine.
You're going to go in the aquarium now.
Yeah, so this is now... well, I think what I want to do first is... well, after I just kind of finish doing this, because I've started now, so I want to finish it.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do the glass first.
Yeah.
And just put a little bit on you, but I just kind of want to finish off the glass and see which bits I've now missed on the other side.
Oh, I'm wondering, are you going to need to bring the ladder in here?
I think there might be... you know what? I'm not sure. Like, I can hop on top of, like, the shell.
Yeah.
Which is kind of good. But yeah, there's still a lot to be done on the glass. But I think once... if we give the glass a good go on this side, then it will be much easier to tell what's left when it comes to the glass. So just give that a little kind of swish back and forth. But we're making... well, this is shaping up nice now. This is shaping up nice. Even though it's not very realistic, how the incredibly dramatic turnaround between, like, you know, when you start, when you finish. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. That's fine. It can be not realistic if it looks beautiful and it's fun and satisfying. That's okay. There's too much realism in video games. All right.
The satisfaction factor is really interesting.
Honestly, I think sometimes the worst thing a game could do is be determined to be realistic at the cost of being fun. Like realism that actively gets in the way should not be embraced.
I mean,
but there was a period of gaming history. Luckily, it's mostly gone these days. The period of gaming history where absolutely the Watchwood was constantly, oh, we've got these realistic. It was like, pissed off with your realism.
Now it's immersion.
If I want to be realistic, I'll go outside and get stung by a bee and have to pay £69,000 in taxes because I filed my taxes late, and then, like, you know, etc. etc. That's realistic, but it's not fun, is it?
Also,
yeah,
it's the same kind of, like, you know, it's not a real thing, it is a narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And so a narrative, like, you know, even with something, yeah, even if it's an interactive narrative, like
Yeah.
like a video game, like there is some concessions. Like I remember a historical fantasy author that I follow was saying that, like, you know, when she was doing research for a novel, she found like a patent for like a super steampunky, like, Victorian wheelchair thing.
Yeah.
That was like kind of,
Yeah,
you know.
under you, buddy.
and she was like, I could put that in my book, but in making it more historical, because this is a real historical thing, it would seem less historical to be, it would not read well, you
Yeah.
know? Like, or like how the name Tiffany has been around for like donkey's years, but it doesn't.
Yeah, in ancient form, sure.
Right, but like, you could have a character in like Victorian England called Tiffany. It would make sense, but
Yeah.
it doesn't like sound right.
Yeah. In gaming in particular, I think there are ways that illusions can be created. And also, like... Okay, here's something tangentially related I've been thinking about recently. Which is, just because, you know, they're the two most recent series I've been doing, I've been thinking a lot about Starfield versus Skies of Arcadia. And why Starfield is ridiculously huge, but feels tiny. But Skies of Arcadia is relatively actually quite small, but feels way bigger, and also feels way more alive. Even though, like, you know, the towns in Skies of Arcadia are ridiculous. They are like, you know, 4 houses that have 7 people living in them. But they feel more real and lived in. And I think the reason is, in part, because the universe feels like it's actually responding to you better than it does in Starfield.
Yeah.
Like, in Starfield, you know, huge things happen. And, like, but you don't feel like the results, you actually get to see the results ever happening. Like, you know, you walk into a cookie factory and assassinate one of the most important people in the Freestar Collective in front of his own staff, and it doesn't change anything in the Freestar Collective. And, like, nothing changes anywhere as a result. Like, you
And
know...
like, you show up and you're a member of the Freestar Corps.
Yeah.
And like, no one, you know, that's not a part of like solving something or another, you know?
It's all very peculiar. Whereas, like, Skies of Arcadia, like, you know, when stuff happens, people talk about it, and the world
Oh
feels...
my god, are you Vice?
The people... Not just that. I meant, like, the sense of, you know...
Yeah, no, I know
when
what you
Nazrad gets bombed, it's been fucking bombed, and the market's now gone, and you can never go there again. Technology advances. When
Yeah,
you
and
speak to traders nearby to Sailor's Island, like, hey, we didn't used to be able... You know, like, until very recently... Esperanza was basically abandoned because no one could get there. But hey, because of the advances in technology that you see in the plot, now we can get there, and the city and it's recovering. It's like, oh shit! Like, I'm living in a dynamic world that's going through technological revolutions while I'm playing. That's really cocky cool, and people are acknowledging it and talking about it. And this doesn't happen in Starfield at all. Starfield lives in this weird frozen world where it feels like everywhere you go, everyone's already been. So no matter what planet you go on, it's just covered in existing abandoned wreckage, so you know you were never the first to go anywhere. Whereas Skies of Arcadia very much focuses on, hey, you are discovering shit, and people are really excited to learn about it. And
But if you don't do it quick enough,
yeah,
other people have discovered it and you get less
other
money.
people will discover it
and
as well.
it's less impressive.
Yeah, it's just... I think Skies, like, proves that you could do what Starfield was trying to do much, much better, but way, way tinier.
But it
Like, on a
almost
way
has to
tinier
be
scale.
because, like, it almost has to be tinier, and it almost has to be like more directed story-wise, and more like of a linear narrative.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's way more difficult to figure out like how it's
Yeah.
going to have impact.
Skies
you know?
is much smaller but feels much bigger, and I think that's a really important thing about it. Yeah. Oh, good. There's actually another ladder in here. If I need another ladder to go up top,
Oh,
there is
good.
actually a ladder in here, which is bloody convenient. So that's nice. There we go. Little shells for the fish to play with, for the seals, etc. The dogs of the sea. If there's one thing I will never not watch, it's a video of a seal meeting a dog. Absolute guaranteed gold. Never going to be a bad time. Best videos on the internet. Absolutely. Right. Keep on keeping on. Claire, how's everything down in the chat?
Yeah, everything's going good in the chat. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Megascro says Aquaria, which I don't know where that is, but Aquaria do sometimes have mermaids.
No, Aquarius is the plural of aquarium.
Oh, sorry.
Anything that ends in if it's from the Latin, would go to a.
No,
I
know that. I know that. It just flew out of my brain.
There are exceptions, because there are some words that end in that aren't actually from the Latin. So there are exceptions to that. But yes, generally.
No, I mean, I don't know where my brain went there, because I do know that. But anyway.
Aquaria, it's nearby to New Zealand. Welcome to Aquaria, Claire, where hamburgers eat people.
Well, I thought they meant a specific aquarium because they specifically say my sister it works as a mermaid in the aquarium.
Sweet, that's an awesome job.
Yeah. Please tell us more about your sister, the aquarium mermaid. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Is she like a volunteer for, yeah. Do tell us more.
That's
cool.
That's an awesome job. That's probably like it's a job that's probably quite exhausting, and you don't want to do it forever. But like it sounds like it'll be fun for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Ooh, dear, oh dear. Oh my. Shout out to Pillows Are So Nice and Fluffy, who is a new channel member.
Excellent name.
And a very wise human.
Yeah.
Very, very good username. Adam gave us $5
Best dollars.
And says, Happy Thursday, just helping to pay off the Claire math.
Yep.
Have fun, be nice to Claire, pet all the fur babies for me, and please do your taxes.
Claire has opted out of me being nice to her this week on account of Claire math.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, shout out to Silandi, who gave us 100 Swedish krona, and says, I used to be with it, but then they changed what it was. And now what I'm with isn't it anymore, and what's it seems weird and scary. It all happened to you!
I'm not sure if you caught that's a Simpsons quote.
I did, but I don't know how to do the voices.
No way, man. We're going to be cool forever. 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 It's a lovely Simpsons bit. Grandpa Simpson doing that. Oh, it's lovely.
Anyway, shout out to Original Diddy, who gave us $5 and says a little something to clear up your tax problems. Guys, we're fine. We don't have to pay 70 grand in taxes.
We're just going to send a little envelope full of unmarked bills to the tax man, and the problem's going to go away.
Well, we've actually, at this point, already paid the taxes that we owe. We're just waiting for them to calculate exactly how much we need to pay in, like, a late fee.
Yeah.
But it is going to be, like 200-ish quid.
Yeah, something like that.
So there we go.
They're not that vicious. They're not that vicious. Clearly, the UK tax authority clearly does have quite the same fearsome reputation as the IRS.
Well, I mean, also, we're just like, it's based on the amount of tax you have to pay in general, so it's just like, because we're not a massive company with, like, dumb, insane profits.
Yeah.
We're doing okay.
We're two idiots who play video games.
We're quite happy to pay taxes.
Yeah, it's fine.
But yeah. Anyway.
Well, I'm happy at playing. I'm happy that we accidentally delayed taxes, because that means we weren't paying taxes to the Tory government. So that's nice.
Yeah, now they can use it for boring, like, just boring infrastructure stuff that's going to be useful. It's going to be great.
I'm going to get over this.
Anyway, Original Diddy also says it's been a long time since I've been able to catch a live stream, but I had to check into PowerWash Simulator.
Absolutely, it's a good thing. It's a good old thing. I just need to get into this position where I can get where I can get you. You. Make sure we don't miss any of you. There might be. There we go. One large turret has been cleared. There's probably more. There's just a little bit more that's not been quite done yet, but some of it might be down below. Yeah, the problem is you need to kind of just, because obviously, when you look at this, you can't really see what you're looking at. So you've just got to do like a first pass, just so you can actually see what the hell you're looking at precisely.
Megascrow says their sister's mermaid gig is a hobby / part-time job. Her human job is aircraft maintenance engineer.
That's proper superhero life, right?
Yeah,
there.
that's like a real
That's you fix blades by day, but then at a full moon you turn into a mermaid or whatever.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Dear shout out to Julianne, who's been a member for 32 months and says, hello, pets and people. You are lovely. Due to burnout, I probably will be able to watch more live streams now and hopefully not fall asleep because of tired.
Oh, well,
I hope you feel better.
Exactly. Have a nice relax. If you need a good relaxing, this is a good relaxing stream for a burnout live stream.
Yes,
We're just watching something very slowly being made clean. That's a good little one right there. So okay, just onto the wide one. We're just going to give a little first pass to this whole area. Then again, you know what? If we're doing this big area, now's the time.
Wow, my life is boring as hell, says Axel Fack.
Plastic cleaner. There we go. This is
Nice.
all plastic. And the floor is the floor's generic.
The floor is multi-purpose, isn't it?
Yeah. But the walls are all plastic and whatnot, so that can all just be splattered all around, and
Hello, teddy bear.
That will just help. Hey, teddy
Ted.
bear.
Hi.
Doing a good boy, sit.
Are you doing a good boy, sit?
Are you a good boy? Is that why you're doing a good boy, sit? There we go.
Oh, Xena, are you... Xena has realised Ted has come around and she's giving him loads of cuddles.
Xena loves Ted so much. They're so cute. They're so stinky cute together.
Stop playing with his tail.
Don't play with his tail, Xena. You know he doesn't like that. Xena. Be a good little sister.
Xena, he's being such a good brother. He doesn't even take a nibble at you when you do that.
Hey, Xena.
Hey,
Oh,
Xena.
Xena's come up for a cuddle with Claire.
Xena's been
sweetheart.
carried for a cuddle with both of us.
Hello. Xena's not really the wiggler. She's not like Willow. She's happy to accept a cuddle if need be. She will accept a cuddle with good grace.
I'm working on Willow.
Hmm. I like how, I'm not sure whether I'm just doing this catastrophically slowly or something, but, as you reach certain thresholds, you get text messages about the history of this fictional aquarium. I don't know if it's a fiction, maybe it's a real aquarium. But, they come in so far apart, it's like it's being typed by the slowest typer in the world, which I find quite delightful, actually. Dear, oh dear. Claire.
Shout out to Declan, who has been a member for 38 months, and says, good evening, miniature nerd, kittens, and Ted. I saw your comment on Star Wars Outlaws. Star Wars GTA should be a license to print money. Where do you think they went wrong?
I don't know. I think there's no one thing I look at and think that it doesn't look very good. I mean, I think what's very peculiar is they when they released that very tiny snippet of the fight, why they picked that, because I watched the longer, 5-10 minute section of that where that was the end of it, and the bit where you're just doing little environmental stuff inside the dead Sarlacc looked better. So I'm not sure why they shipped the action bit at the first. That was weird. But I think it's the AI looked. I think it was the really standout bit. If you watch that bit, there's a guy standing in the middle of the arena who doesn't notice his friend being shot, or an explosion closer to him. So okay, that's weird. That's just kind of. And I felt the thing is, though we Star Wars, sci-fi, lightsabers, lasers, etc., etc. Star Wars, especially when you're doing a game like Outlaws, where you're clearly aping the style of the original trilogy, it's not actually that visually busy or complex. The sets tend to be not that cluttered. The prequel trilogy is a lot more visually busy. But when you're going for a vibe that's deliberately supposed to look like the original trilogy, actually, generally the sets were quite barren, because, this was a poor little farm out in the middle of a desert and whatnot. These are generally, I don't think, it shouldn't be difficult to recreate that really, really, really cocky perfectly. I don't think. So it's weird to me that, you took the fairly simple visual style of Tatooine, and therefore you can't absolutely nail the visual effects. I think that's the absolute bare minimum you could do at that point. And especially, I think maybe we've been spoilt by, the Jedi series with Cal Kestis, because they're really good. those are really good, and they look incredible, and they sound incredible, and the level design is great, and, you know, they've got really good, cool, long, interesting fights in them. So maybe, like, you know, next to that, it's a hard comparison. But it just kind of feels like a generic Ubisoft-y, you know, action-y, sneaky, takedown-y, environmentally experience. And I just don't know. I'm just feeling a bit worn down on that whole thing. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe it'll all work out. It's hard to evaluate from just, like, you know, one little snippet. But I'm not convinced from what I've seen of Outlaws. Also, it's got a season pass, despite being a single-player game. What the shit's that about? How'd you have, like, a season pass or a battle pass? Single-player game, what the shit? That's just weird and shouldn't be.
That is development footage. They won't finish up the visuals until much later.
Well, then don't share it if it's not done. Don't share something that doesn't, like, admittedly, I don't know, maybe they're under pressure from, like, you know, publishers or something where they wouldn't want to share it ordinarily. But you do sometimes get this rather weird scenario where, like, well, just don't share. Like, I feel like Avowed was shared too early. Like, when its combat felt like clearly there was still a lot of work to be done on collision and impact and whatnot. I feel like Avowed should not have been shared as early as it was. But, like, I just felt like, yeah, the combat looked very light, and, like, there wasn't enough actual proper chunk to the magic or the physical hits or anything in Avowed. I'm a tiny bit worried about Avowed. I hope Avowed turns out well, but I'm not convinced by what I've seen so far.
Yeah, and then from Marie Pascal, we've got 20 Canadian dollars.
Excellent dollars.
Marie Pascal says, "Hey John and Claire, I hope the whole fur family is doing great. I was half expecting a Terrascape stream today. Still, PowerWash is also a relaxing game to watch, so have a great stream."
Mm-hmm. It's a lovely chill old time.
Well, Terrascape, we did a video yesterday, so, like, dumb as it sounds, we will never do a live stream the day after the video, because then you'd have the same two thumbnails next to each other on the videos, you know, on the page, and that would suck.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I know it's a dumb reason, but it is part of the reason.
Yeah.
Also, we just want to let it
let people have time to watch the video, etc., etc.
Yeah. But I am really excited to play Terrascape himself, because
I knew that would be your thing.
Yeah, the thing is, like, it's a shame because normally when that happens, like a game where John can tell that I'm gonna really like it, or
Lol.
Or a game that John's recording to release it on the same day, which was the case with Terrascape. Usually I come in and do like a first pass at like 1.5 speed or whatever, to just remove all the repeats and all the gaps and everything, and then it's easier for John to edit.
Yeah.
But I was feeling really sick, and so I had to I did like 15 minutes of it, and then I went to have a nap because I was feeling really sick.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot this last week or two because Claire's been not great.
I mean, I am finally starting to feel better, and it was really bloody frustrating at that point, you know, like it's when it's drags, and then things kind of compound on top of each other, because you're like, I've been trying to rest, but you know, other like interruptions to your routine do also have knock-on effects. Anyway,
yeah.
Bit of like normal days with nothing happening will really help us, because we also were trying to make the house presentable for John's mum visiting.
Yeah, the mum visiting.
Yeah, we were just being like, I don't know, something that will always make me feel like I'm a college student and you know, trying to desperately clean after a party, even though like
Lol.
there was not a party.
No.
It's just like dishes.
Living with me is a party in general, Claire.
This is true.
Yeah, it's just a party adventure all day, every day. Damn straight.
Yes. But yeah, like, it's just been a little bit much, and we need to make sure that we're ahead, because I'm going.
You're about to naff off to Glasgow, recover just in time to piss off, and leave me all on my own.
Corn crud.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be careful. Anyway, is John aware of the upcoming game called A Squirrel with a Gun?
That rings a bell, actually, but I don't know much about it, but I've definitely heard of it, yes.
Yes.
It sounds delightfully silly. It's probably delightfully silly enough to be worth a look-see.
Yeah, parents visiting always make you feel like that, Claire, no matter how old you get. I mean, that does seem true. And then... Yes, what did I mean? Yes, Terrascape. I'm gonna play the hell out of Terrascape.
Lol. Terrascape.
I love the idea that, like, when you put extra buildings down, they kind of...
Even if they don't, even if they're not, like, merging formally, like, mechanically or getting more points, even then they sort of clip into each other to form a bigger mega structure that just looks nicer on the ground, which is lovely.
Looking nicer on the ground is very important.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, when I play Dwarf Romantic and I'm placing, like, rivers, sometimes I will make choices that, like, make less sense in games so that they look pretty.
I don't believe that, because you're the cooking queen of perfect tiles in Dwarf Romantic. So I don't buy that.
This is true, but I think Rivers is something a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, the rivers are the ones that change.
Yeah.
And nothing else really changes to accommodate, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's different. I think if it did more of that, then I would play more based on aesthetics and less based on perfect.
I see.
And that is... That I never thought I would offer any criticism of my beloved Dwarf Romantic, the love of my life, but there you go.
Yeah. I wasn't quite 100% the Dwarf Romantic team of they've got Space Bird thing is coming out soon.
Yeah.
Not quite so convinced about that. But, you know, clearly they have to do something a little bit different. We'll see. We'll see how it shapes out.
Yeah, I mean, willing to give them a try and...
Yeah.
You know. Like, literally, every single game cannot be, like,
Yeah.
that kind of a lightning in a bottle.
So just hear an animal noise nearby to me if I got a cat very close by to me or something.
I can't see Cat. Ted is right there being the best dog in the world.
Hi, Ted. You're just hanging out nearby to us.
Yeah, he's just behind us.
Good boy. Alright. Make sure we just get all of this. We're starting to make progress. We're over 90%. And there's probably most of that, the remaining 10% is now going to be here in this tank. So we're kind of making good old progress here. Good old progress here. I like this. I like the irregular shape stuff in this tank. This tank's nice because, yeah, in the tunnels, of course, everything's broadly regular and symmetrical. But here in this tank, yeah, all of a sudden, you've got all sorts of weird and wacky shapes to deal with. So you're already clean, aren't you? Yes, then we've got you up there. Just take out that little sector. I think now the remaining goo is on the outside. Alright, slow and careful, slow and careful. Pick up that rather nasty bit there. There we go, that's nice, that's nice. Just make sure we get you right at the end. Over here. And, oh, there's loads here. I've not even touched this wall yet. So, okay, we're going to blitz up towards 95. And then we'll be into the wonderful, like, last few percent just going over and just perfecting your work. And looking for those final little spots. Claire?
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Major Wes Jansen, who gave us $2 and says a video of tossing steak to Willow and Xena for a feeding frenzy coming when.
Oh, they're very hyperactive kittens.
They are.
But you know, we don't want to go sticking cameras in their faces. They're very happy.
I think they meant because of the piranha.
The piranhas, fair enough. Yeah. Yes.
But yes, they do in fact stop anything they're doing to come and eat food, which you would expect.
Yes.
So that's a normal cat thing. But yeah, we take pictures. And
Xena
share
more
pictures
than Willow actually. Xena, you can wave a bowl vaguely nearby to Xena and she will come get food. I think Willow's a tiny bit less food motivated, at least wet food. She eats more biscuits and eats less wet food. Yeah,
but if you shake the biscuits, she will come.
Yeah, she often will come. Yeah.
And if you just give they have a little circuit. They have a little cat.
I call it the Scale Extrix track. Yeah.
Yes, they have a little game thingy
It's just like a little track that a ball can run around. There's like loads of holes they can like boot the ball around with their paws. I'm not sure what it's technically called. Like just like a ball track.
It's called that specific one is like called the Cat Sense track or something.
They really
But
like
they
that. That's
love
their
it.
favourite toy.
And
Absolutely.
if you make that make a noise,
they will often come running
yeah.
to come investigate.
Yeah. Dear oh dear, they are good little cats.
They're such sweet babies. I love them so much.
I know.
I knew I was going to love them, but I didn't know I was going to love them this much.
This is how I felt about Ted. Like, I knew I was gonna love him, and then, like, you know you're gonna love them, and then you realize how much you love them specifically for who they are, and oh my god, Zena's cuddling his face.
Oh,
She just
Zena.
got up, but she was cuddling his face.
I saw her walking away. Bless them. They're so cute together.
I know. I think your mum was especially impressed with the
My
two of
mum
them.
was singing Ted's praises for him being such a good dog when there were cats around, just plodding around and biting his tail on occasion. And he's just like, oh, fine, I'll move myself somewhere else if you're going to bite my tail, I guess. Not in a bad way, just like they're just playing with him in a kitteny way, and he just removes himself from the situation. He's such a good, calm dog about it.
And then he just picks up a toy to play with one of his own toys.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, shout out to Lone Wolf, who gave us £2 and would like to know. He says, "Hello, John. When is the next podcast?"
I don't know. At some point when we've caught up on everything else. But, every time we try and catch up, someone gets ill, or we've got IRL stuff, or Claire goes to Glasgow for some reason. So, yes,
Sorry.
we need to stabilise a normal stuff a little bit before we can get the little extra things like podcasts back up and running.
Sorry, folks.
It's all Claire's fault, basically.
Oh, yeah, sure. Shout out to Steve, who gave us €10 and says, "I recently had a dream where I met Taylor Swift, Avril Lavigne, and Tabby at a convention.
Nice.
Can I get a psychoanalysis of this dream?"
I mean, if we could clone Tabby. Interesting.
Talisa Lavigne?
Yeah, something like that. Tabby clones. Fascinating as a concept.
Yeah.
We should look into that.
Well,
I mean, in fairness, Willow, because
Yeah.
Tabby was a very classic Tabby, Willow does look a lot like,
Willow
does
is
a
a very
very
classic
similar.
Tabby.
Yeah,
I mean, Willow
they're very
is
similar
more
markings.
Willow is more like silver coloured, and Tabby was more like grey brown coloured.
But then again, maybe when she's a lot older,
maybe when she's
older, they'll end up looking even more similar.
Yeah, but she does look a lot.
Because you've said you think there's almost a tiny bit of like brown to some of Xena's undercoat. She might not be pure void. There
Well,
might be a
I think
tiny
it's just
bit
very, very normal for void cats to have some brown underlying pigment too, because like people with dark hair, like people with black hair, have underlying brown pigment.
Yeah.
Like that's just, I don't know. That's just like hair science.
Yeah, and I think Xena's fur's getting a tiny bit longer as she's growing up, and I think she's never going to be a full long head cat. But I think she's going to be a longer head than we thought when we got her.
And a little bit longer head than Willow, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm very
think that's
excited
true.
about that, because when I was in high school, we had a void with long hair, and I loved her very, very dearly. And she passed, a
Not
few
even
years
that long
before
ago.
Tabby, but yes, I think just before we moved to MTN HQ current, actually.
Yeah. That'd have been 3 odd years ago.
Yeah. Well, she was like 19 or something. Like,
Yeah, she
was
had a good run.
ridiculously- Yeah, well, she was a fierce pirate queen, so, you know. But yeah, it just felt very, very serendipitous and very right when we, because when we were first thinking about getting a new pet after Tabby, after we had to say goodbye to Tabby, we were looking both for cats and dogs and kind of thinking we'll see who comes up, and we didn't want a Tabby at that point because it felt like too soon.
Yeah.
But we got Ted, and we thought, you know what, let's get him settled first and then see if we could do cats.
Yeah.
And at that point, a void cat came up and a Tabby cat came up, and it just felt like a
Yeah.
a very lovely, you know,
Very meant to be.
very meant to be that they look so much like Tabby and Lesser. But yeah.
Aww.
They're such good cats.
They're such good cats.
This is not really a psychoanalysis of your dream.
No,
but,
we just want to talk about the cats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Can I make it any more obvious?
Lol.
So that's the best I can do.
Right, while I'm up
Dear,
top,
dear.
spray down onto the bits I won't be able to get from below, because there'll be loads here I can't get very easily from, yeah, above. There we go, that was another entire wall cleaned there. You are almost done. Is it just... Yep, there we go, that's all of you clear. Now this is part of the... Yeah, this is part of the wall, so I just need to get these bits that I'm going to struggle to get from below. Am I just going to need the ladder for, yeah, the top over here, because this is going to be a bit of a pain. I moved this ladder over here, didn't I? Oh, hang on, rotate. I see you. Yeah, we go. So then just get to this side. What is the bit I've not done here? Because
the Shell Palace and turret are different.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I see.
Underneath
there we
it.
go. That was one arch. There's another arch here. Probably it's going to be... Hang on, if I... check if it's the under. Yeah, it was the under. Figured as much.
The turret is... The large
turret is
turret
fine.
is done.
And the palace, problem is... The palace is a very big item. That could be anything, though I think I just saw a fair bit over here. Yeah, there we go. And there is a fair bit on the floor still needs to be done. But because it like works as a percentage, it's relatively generous for very large
for,
items.
like, the floor.
For very big items, etc., etc. Though your sensors obviously it makes it a bit harder to read what's going on. Oh, I see you up there, buddy. To read what's going on large items that are already orange. That makes life a little bit trickier.
Are you not seeing as much of a difference between the two oranges?
Exactly,
You're colorblind?
yeah. Wait, is it really obvious?
Well, I mean,
I can't really see it that well.
I feel like it's quite obvious, but I'm
Oh,
not sure.
I can't see much of a difference. Sorry, for those who don't know, I'm a tiny bit colorblind on around certain reds and whatnot. And like round reds and similar. I struggle with that a tiny bit. So... Alright.
Like, it's obviously way more noticeable when it's, like, on the blue.
On the blue, that makes it, yeah, that's quite easy on the blue. That's absolutely fine. We got loads around here. Alright, we've blasted past 95%, which is great. The ocean walls here. I've got medically low perception.
Sorry, shout out to Chitara who suggested that we really should have put a Nightbot message about Fallout London for tonight. You are correct, we did not think of that.
That's true.
For anybody who's come in recently asking about Fallout London, we have mentioned it, we'll happily mention it again. We are planning
maybe this
to look
weekend,
at
we'll
it,
see.
but we just need to make sure, we just need to figure out how to install it without destroying all the things.
Yeah.
And we will do a video rather than a live stream, at least in the beginning anyway.
Yes.
So, yes. We do know about it, we're excited, we're hoping it's good.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. Ooh, in the back.
Oh, there's a load of stuff at the back there. Loads of stuff at the back. And a little bit to the bottom. That might be part of it as well.
Yeah, go back to where you just were, where you said a little bit at the bottom. Like, in the vertical... Like, in the crevices of the... Yeah.
Oh, good spot, yeah. Looks like there might be a load in there if I get... Oh. Yeah.
But I think that might be enough of, like, a big percentage.
Hi, Ted. And then there's more down over there.
Hey!
Yay! Nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure if, like, I'm noticing it. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a perception thing or a color blindness thing or a, like, yeah. But I feel like some of it is relatively obvious, but yeah.
Some of it I cannot see, sorry.
Oh. Yeah, it feels like if you have a mechanic that really depends on a color like that, you probably it would probably be good to have like a
I think there's I think
setting.
they deliberately didn't have like, you know, some of it it's harder to see, and that's kind of part of the challenge of it.
I mean, that's true.
Alright, just swish round you. 97%.
What?
97%. Just keep on keeping on up the big one. I like this big irregular shape thing. The big irregular shape thing cheers me up no end. And that's there's a nice big bit of that. And there's loads back here hidden under you, isn't there? Yes, there is. Good. Almost done with you, buddy. Almost done with you. I'm pretty sure there's loads on the exterior over there. There is bits of floor. We're getting surprisingly close on the floor already, despite the fact there's clearly loads of floor. But I say it's a percentage, so on the giant floor it's going to be relatively generous.
Yeah, which makes sense.
And easy to mop up, which is absolutely fine. Just go for, like, you know, the bits you can see. Clap!
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Alt Username,
Nice.
who gave us 20 euros and says, I'm glad to see a non-Elden Ring DLC live stream. I won't watch them yet because I don't want any spoilers.
That's a very legitimate reason to not watch the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. Though also very confident I'm going to get far enough to spoil anything.
Yeah.
Lol. That's
That's a
mark of confidence in my abilities beyond what I've got.
You good.
I am occasionally good. I've got a decent build at least.
Yes. Dear oh dear. Or do you think maybe you want to try like the plastic cleaner on the...
Yeah, actually, you know what? That's probably worth just kind of seeing how well it does in that, and does it do a good job of just dealing with... Yeah, I think that's actually, you know what? I think you're right. I think there's a really good job of just dealing with, like, little bits. I think that's actually a very, very good shout. I think just kind of, yeah.
Oh, no, we've used it up. You're out.
Well, thanks, Claire. Now I've not got any cleaner anymore.
Well, I didn't know that.
Shh.
Now you can't clean the sand with cleaner.
Uh-huh.
Well, the sand's a multi-purpose anyway, so you
Yeah,
need to use
it's
something
fine.
else, but yeah. Anyway, shout out to Elias, who gave us another 50 Swedish krona, and elaborated horses are lovely for the most part. They just have really sensitive skin, so they really don't like the amount of flies this very wet summer.
Ah.
Makes sense.
Like you're not liking the number of slugs this
Bloody
very wet.
slugs!
Claire's on a one-woman war against slugs at the minute.
I mean, not really.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not engaging in a lot of warfare. I'm just like, I'm suffering. You know, they're engaged. Well, they're just wanting to eat food, but yeah.
Yeah. What a bunch of bastards.
Dear, oh dear. Anyway, Sam has been a member for 73 months. And says, I'm loving the chill content this evening. I just wanted to put some feeler out for including non-binary peeps in your introduction.
At some point, I'll probably, like, it's just tradition, but, like, at some point, I'll just, like, I'll probably, like, redo everything.
As in, it's tradition to say ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
At some point, you're going to just...
But, like, rather than changing one thing, I'll probably change everything. So, like, you know, it doesn't look like it's hugely, like, so, like, no single bit of attention is drawn to one particular thing. I'll just, like, refresh the whole thing. I just don't know what, I do not know when I will get round to that.
Indeed. And they put the little MATN rainbow icon that we've got.
Nice.
So, yes, if you want that one, we do have icons that are available just for members. The rainbow one, obviously, we made available to everyone because that
seems fair.
Seemed a little bit,
yeah.
You know. We don't want to make you pay for the rainbow.
You don't have to
icon.
pay. You don't have to pay for gay or something.
Yeah,
it's very strange.
The straight people are not making you pay for rainbow icons. That would be real bad.
That would be really weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, oh dear. Shout out to Anna, who's been a member for 37 months, and would like. So this is really interesting, by the way. John, if a future time traveler came to you and offered you an early copy of Fallout 5, but you had to adhere to a years-long embargo, would you take it?
Yes, because I could have so much shit ready to go when it launched.
Content.
Hashtag content. I'd be the world authority on it for so long.
You'd be like, I bet what's happening in Fallout 5 is this.
Well, no, the part of the thing where I wouldn't be allowed to speculate. That would be part of it, obviously.
Yeah, but if you wouldn't, if you specifically didn't speculate, then people would know something's up.
Mm-hmm.
And part of having the embargo is not telling people you have the thing.
I'm not sure. I think you're being a little bit optimistic with what the embargo would or theoretical embargo would or wouldn't include, but okay.
I don't know. Dear, oh dear. Shout out to Richard who gave us £5 and says, "Hey John, I just binged your Rome Total War series.
Nice.
Have some coin for the greatest Roman that ever lived, Julianus Vatinius."
Gotta love Julianus Vatinius.
Fallout 5 is better than you think. Release the day of release. Drop an 80-episode YOLO playthrough on day -3.
Something like that, yeah. Be able to have all those, like, you know, pre-launch discussion videos, the build guide videos, everything. You could just clean up. You could clean, like I'm not kidding. Like a big game, like, you know, like a huge release like Fallout. If you had it like so far ahead of everyone else that you could have like all of the guides and content ready to go on day one, and thus they were all there, just ready to launch at that point, you could basically, you know, in theory, if that game was a big deal, you could make enough to like retire in a month.
I mean, that
like,
is...
absolutely you could.
You know, that is part of the problem with not getting Starfield early. And, like, obviously Starfield is, you know, like...
Starfield ran into its own problems.
It would never have made Fallout 5 numbers. Like, we knew this, and that was not what we expected it to do. But, you know, we expected to have things on...
Have it ready, have it ready.
Yeah.
Whereas people who were just wanting to, get it, see what was going on immediately, we were behind the curve, and that hurt us a lot. And it was just really weirdly handled by Bethesda in general. So bloody weird. So bloody weird. Alright. There we go, we're making progress now.
Axelfax says... Fallout London, spoiler alert, my game immediately crashed on first launched. They've stayed really true to Bethesda's vision.
This is why I can't promise you anything for this weekend. Cause
yeah, exactly.
God only knows how stable it's going to be.
This is why we didn't want to do a stream.
Yeah.
Dear, oh dear. Well, hopefully. Oh, wow.
Come on, Ocean Floor. You're almost there. You're almost there, Ocean Floor. I see ya. Over to wide mode here.
Oh, 99%.
Yeah, 99% is done. It's the final 1% that's...
I think Axelfack earlier was asking how long you'd spend on 99%. I think it was him.
That's the question, isn't it?
Sure.
That's the question. So there's a good amount of floor right there. Oh, that's some good floor. That's some good floor. We just need to...
Come on, floor.
Come on, floor. I just want the floor done.
I like that you're power washing sand.
Yeah.
I think that's very funny.
Maybe it's fake sand. Might not even be real sand. Might be fake plastic sand, like everything else in this fake aquarium.
In the aquarium.
Exactly. Yep, that was a big thing done right there.
That was a big thing.
I see. There's a little thing right there. You're almost done. Friend, have I got kittens right next to me?
No, they're just they're a bit behind, but they're not right behind.
Alright, be a bit careful of them. Oh, I see you guys. I see you hidden in the little crevices and whatnot.
Nooks and crannies.
Yeah, gotta get it. Oh, you're in every single nook and cranny. Oh, this one. This one's... Oh, I see a bit up there. I see quite a bit up there, actually. Hey! Yep, there we go. That'll do that. We're almost done. That wall's done. That wall's done. That wall's done. That wall is... This one's not done. And then I see a load we can do up there, actually. Let's just slightly increase the power of that. There we go. Good enough. And you, I can blatantly do from about here. One more ocean wall. Get you right up the back from the bottom. Lovely. You have got... Oh, yeah, there's loads up top there. Run at random little starfish. I think I need to go up top for you. Get you around the back, little friend. You are... There's actually a lot to be done. Hang on, I feel like there must be loads up top. Because this one is acting like there's still loads to do. I think it might be, yeah, like there was a bit that was hidden up top up there. Get you. You're not done yet, Mr. Floor. Sorry, I thought you were... done, Mr. Floor. It's kind of hidden around the edges there. There's a, yeah, I think it's kind of hidden on these edges here. Literally in this tiny, tiny crack. Yeah, it's in the cracks. Literally in these tiny, tiny cracks here. And okay, I see. I see how it cocking is. I see how it cocking is. We're going in with the. We're going into the real tiny. There we go. There we go. We need to break out the big guns for that. Right.
Or in fact, the small guns.
Precisely. But the big guns in the sense of like
precision gun.
Precision gun. Yeah. The sniper guns. I see you down there, buddy. Right. Diving helmet and just get you from above. Yeah, we're getting a load of good stuff done from above up here.
Yeah, I love that you just sometimes need to literally change your
yeah,
your
it was
point of
right
view.
here. Yeah, okay, and then the ocean floor is... Oh, hang on. Hang on. I see you. Get you. Continue getting you. Love the spinning. The spinning whirly is excellent. There we go. That's you done. Diving helmet. Just got a bit of diving helmet there. Didn't even really mean to, but oh. I see you there, though. Presumably you're... Yeah, the ladder wall. Just needs a little bit more. Hang on. Yeah, that was an unrelated one. That wasn't even what I was aiming at there. Hang on, what have you got? And I see you up there. You're too far away. I need to go up with the ladder to finish you off. There's just... You're already done, right? Yeah, you're already done. Okay. Come on. It's floor time. There was some good floor height in there. That was the rim. The rim is clear. This is... Come on. This is... We need to find a good bit of floor. We just need to find a good bit of floor. I see you up there. Oh, yeah, there's some good shit up there. Oh, yeah, there we go, 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 there we go. Mop up that, that's looking good. There's some good stuff. I think from this, I can just get that from around here. And there's a load of stuff here too. The frame. You are not this side, are you? That is... Can I... If you're staying in the right place, can you, like, grab the... No, you cannot grab... You could try and grab the elevator.
The ladder.
The ladder, sorry. Elevator, basically an elevator.
Yeah, this is true.
When you think about it. Too much
Manual
power washing.
elevator.
And all of a sudden, words just stop becoming words. Come on. I want the floor. I want the floor. I'm wanting the floor. Oh, I see ya. Oh, cat sprinting everywhere. Cat sprinting everywhere. Come on. I feel like I've done enough floor here, game. I feel like... Oh, this is quite a bit of floor, actually. There's quite a bit of floor in this corner. There's quite a bit of floor here. That's good. That's good. That was the clam, not the floor. Hidden floor. Oh, hidden floor. Hidden floor. The floor's on its last pixel. Where is the floor? Where are you? That was a light, not the floor. Okay, come on. Come on, buddy. Oh, hang on. There's some floor hidden behind the... Okay, you're coming with me. You're coming with me over there. Because I suspect you're... That was literally... Oh, hang on. There's more lights too. All of you. Yeah!
Hey!
$9. $9. $9. Unacceptable. Okay. Now, there's definitely still loads of shit going on up here. Slightly narrower up there. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do the job. That'll do the job nicely. We should get most of this up here. The ocean tank wall is almost done. Where's the last little bits? Oh, where's the last tiny little? It's here. It might be. I'm not sure if it's one asset on both sides of the wall. That. Oh, hang on. I just got the thing.
You just got the vent.
Yeah. There's. Hi, sweetheart.
Hello, Ted.
Hi, Ted. Oh, hang on.
Oh.
Hang on. Oh, yes. Hi.
Hello.
Hello, sweetheart. Are you good dog?
Yeah, he was doing. Oh,
There
yes,
we go.
yes.
That's one wall cleaned.
Yes, sweetheart. Okay. Somebody wants.
He wants a little bit of garden. Yeah, he wants some garden time. That's fair. That is fair. Okay, I'm going.
Cats.
What did the cats just do?
Play with the tail.
Cats. Right, I'm going back out to the glass the other side now. I'm going back out. Didn't even mean to do that ladder wall there. That was completely by accident. 99%. Okay, so now what's left here has got to be this side, right? Anything that's left on it here, though, there's so. This is now the last room, really. This is now the last room. So just work along here, step by step, and clean all of this. This is the vent panel, which may or may not be the same as. Oh, blimey, there's walls as need to be. The walls are not quite done yet. There we go. We're getting that lovely jingle. The jingle is now jingling. Right, just get round to here. I see you up there, buddy. I see you up there. Just get round you. Just keep the thing on. For the ones at the top, check the ones at the top especially. Yeah, just watch out for you. Watch out for you. All of you. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Go up here. There's still. Oh, there's loads up in the very corners. I feel like you could just leave those. I feel like, you know, the aquarium staff would not notice this. Like, that's fine, actually. But okay. Go over to some of this. Get you from behind. Get you from behind too. I feel like we've got to be almost done with the glass now. The ocean. I assume it's one asset on both sides. Oh, there's still. Oh yes! I thought we were further away than that. Okay, you though are. There's more on the frame than I was expecting. Is there like something down bottom I missed? Hang on. What's going on the? Is that? No, that's not anything. A little bit there. Alright, a little bit up there. A little bit. That's the... Oh, the ceiling, potentially, I need to pay more attention to. Right. Hello, come on. There's... How could there be this much here? There's more here than I feel like makes sense. Suggesting possibly there's more still the other side. I just didn't really notice at the time. And there's quite a bit of floor there. Yep, okay. That floor is... There's more floor here. That might be this floor. Yep, that was this floor. Check the walls. We're doing okay now. We're making... Yep, that's one bit of wall. There's more wall. Oh, that's a widow. Oh, hang on. There it was. There we go. I see you as well, Mr. Sign. I see you as well, Mr. Sign. So just need to get up top. Yep, good enough. Okay, there's the door. Hang on, which door? The staff door, wait, the frame. Was there? I thought I did that. Was there more this side? Hang on, where was the... There we go. Hi, Xena. Welcome back. Claire's not here. Xena is. There we go. So you're fine. The maintenance door frame. Oh, there must be... Wait, hang on. What if I missed on the maintenance door frame? Is it the inside? It is the inside here, isn't it? It's going to be the inside on this side, unless it is on the... Oh, there it is. There it is. Outside, 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 outside. Right there. I'd say that's it. this. Oh, it was right here. It was also right here. It was also right here. Okay, that's fine. And then down to the ground. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then, lovely. Okay, the maintenance door was like the big troll of the entire process. Now, hang on. There was definitely, I just saw a wall that wasn't done. This information board. Oh, there must be loads up top, isn't there? Yeah, it'll be all up top here. Now we're just crossing the I's, dotting the T's. Alright, so... Okay. There's a fair bit going on in there. Hey, sweetheart. This bit of floor, which I missed. Yep, that's nice. You. There's actually some, I see some on that side of the thing. And no, round. Stop going up ladders. Thank you. Right, that's a vent. And another vent. The glass frame. Oh! Yeah, okay. Remember to look at items from all sorts of different angles. Because, hang on, this vent is right. Do all the vents one by one. Are you done? You're not done. Spray in there. There we go. Now you're done. And... Okay, that vent might be the very last thing to go. I think we checked the ceiling, right? The ceiling was all... Yeah, the ceiling is all fine. You're all fine. You're all fine. You're all fine. Just hammer the detect dirt button. Because there's, I think this side of the aquarium is done. I think we confirmed this is done. If you see that any splash of orange at all, no, wrong button. Any splash of orange at all means we're not done. But I think we're done there. Okay, we're good. We're good. The aquarium's looking really, 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 really nice. The staff room door sign. Hang on. Was that still... That's still looking fine, except... Oh, hang on. There was actually a sign here. Oh! Thank you! Yes, there we go. Right, okay. Are we good on here? All walls, all floors, yes. So now there's... Oh, hang on. Yeah, the glass frame. I think there's definitely some on the other side of the glass frame that might ultimately be the cause of that. I think... I am just hammering VATS. I'm just basically hammering the VATS button right now. That's... Oh, shaft wall. Shaft wall. This wall here. Yeah, there we go. Just got to figure out where... That's nice, but there's some on this wall. Hang on, is that... Oh, I see ya. I see ya. And I see you there as well. Hey, buddy. Is it any of the other walls? Are all the other walls fine? Back down, back down, back down. Just shaft wall. Where is the... Oh, yeah, just get in the corner with the wibbly. The rotating is very good for picking up the... Oh, I see ya. Is that okay?
Yes. But it was a little bit damp in the garden. We only did one
little run around. Oh, bless him.
He was like, security's fine tonight.
It's a bit damp. If it's a bit damp and rainy, Ted doesn't really want to, like, you know, mosey around the garden too much. It's a bit damp and
extremely full of slugs, and if he hasn't smelt anything funny, he's like, this is fine. Oh, dear.
Okay, I know you're around here somewhere. Right, go back up top. I guess you can see something from up top. I know there's something here. Yeah, good spot, good spot. Oh, little bits on the corner. Just jump over to here to get a different perspective on things.
It's getting tricky, eh?
Where is the last bit of this wall? Trying to land on this door. Yeah. Get a bit of a closer up angle. Oh, there might be some around the back of there. There's little bits here and there. Hey, good enough. Right, that's the shaft wall. Okay, I'm pretty sure the tunnel is confirmed done. So now, have we done all of the... We've got all of the walls confirmed. What is the... Hi, buddy. I see you. I see you, little thing there. Yeah. Now just do that. Hello, we never finished you, my friend. One of the other turrets. That's absolutely fine. And I see you down there, friend. And this is exactly the right angle to do you too. And exactly the same as we just did a second ago. Good. So that is the... I think that's the castle complete. I'm seeing stuff over there. I'm seeing you, buddy. Alright. Yeah, okay. Now we just need to find the last final bit on here. Because this is definitely one... Oh! Ted! Ted! Hey, honey bun! Ted heard something and is gone to investigate now. Right, was that the glass? Okay, the glass is fine. But we need to we just need to finish off the frame. And I see a few bits and pieces right there. Yeah, I see you too. The whirly-jig is excellent for this sort of thing. Check. Oh, blimey, there's loads. That's where it all was. It was all over there. It was all over there. So, okay. The question is, what's left? What is left? We're at 99%. Hang on.
Yeah.
Did I just see a vent? I did just see a vent. Right, up we go to the vent. Could this be it? Could this be our victory? No! Claire's knocked over the thing she always knocks over. Claire loves knocking over the thing. Right, okay. Hey, Ted. Hey. Oh, do you want to be by my feet and be snuggly? Okay. We just need...
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Claire's suddenly surrounded by animals.
They're just jumping everywhere.
They're jumping everywhere. Claire's back. Claire's back.
Hello, shout out to MCR 1001 who gave us $200.
Oh, blimey, thank you so much.
Yes, indeed, and says I've been a fan for a long time. I hope all is well.
All is pretty well, aside from poor Claire, who's a little bit under the weather.
Well, getting better.
Yeah.
Getting better finally, but yes. Ooh.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, there was definitely something. One of these are made of tons of little tiny items. There it is. There it is. Yeah, one more valve.
This guy.
Yeah. That's another one down for you. That guy's made of like so many different components. He's a dick. But I think he's done. Let's just make sure, by the way, that there's nothing inside the clam that we didn't finish off. Hang on. Giant clam. There's so much not done inside the giant clam. Hang on. Wait, what's left inside the giant clam? Giant clam. Wait.
Under the...
Oh, it's the pearl. It's the pearl. It must be under the pearl the other side. Just getting to the right angle to get you. Pearl. Okay, glad we checked that. Base.
Dick.
Lid is correct. You are... Oh. You, my friend, need a little bit of love. I'm going entirely over to Warbly Blade at this point. Alright. Is that... Oh! We're getting into the real tight, tiny stuff now. Now I just need to hover over everything and just look for any flicker in the top left.
I think there was still something in, like, the hallway.
In the hallway, you think?
Yeah.
Check all the little individual items and make sure there's nothing. Shell!
Such a dick.
Nice. Palace, the doorway, the decorations. You're as you should be. You're as you should be. Then we've checked around all of you. I'm pretty sure the top of that we already saw. Okay. Okay. You think there was something in here? In the hallway?
Yeah.
Which bit?
I'm not sure, but I thought I saw something flash.
Okay, check the walls. Check the bracers, because they're individual assets.
Yeah.
Check the floor. And then hammer the highlight dirt button.
Maybe further... Ooh, that light.
You are correct. Good spot, Claire. Check all the other lights too. Shaft ceiling. We can look down at this from above, but I think we've already done the doors. Maintenance door, check the frames, which are distinct. The signs are distinct. Someone in the chat helped me out with that, luckily. Each of the pipes are distinct and are metal, but that's fine. Pillar. Oh, hang on. There was something. What was it? Yeah, there totally was. Hang on, what was it? What is it? Ocean tank. Glass frame. On this side. It was, I think I just saw the ocean on this, the glass frame on this side. There's little bits in the corner. So I just see something up here. Tiny little bits, but blast the shit out of them. Just in case. If you're hearing chaos in the background, by the way, that's kittens. Oh.
Chaos kitties. Come on, clean.
Alright. There's just the tiniest bit. Check every angle. Nice and close.
Like maybe on the inside? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's down here.
What?
Here.
Where?
There.
Yeah! Good spot.
Thank you.
Oh, hang on. Gift shop door. Where are you, buddy? Yeah, gift shop door. Gift shop door, and I think there's more yet, though. The doors are made up of so many different constituent parts. Window, I know. Oh. Door frame. Door, window, frame. Check.
I think there's a fine.
Okay, this. Oh, ocean room stand-in has something on it.
Oh, bottom. The wooden frame.
We're so close, Claire. We're
I know.
so close. This is like power washing edging.
Here.
Any minute now. Any minute now. I think I've already checked the things. We checked the ceiling earlier. The signs. Every individual letter
Bloody hell.
is a unique asset. In theory, if you've missed any letter, I'm pretty confident in this tunnel. Right here. And I thought we were very confident around here too, but... Okay. 99%. Each individual thing. You just keep your... Oh, hang on. Nope, that was just a shadow. You just keep your eye entirely on the top left.
Oh, that's what I'm doing.
That's what you're doing. Just any flicker of white up in the top left. Oh! Individual letters. We have to check each letter to make sure there's nothing on the top. Okay. Just be close enough to the letter. I think they're all fine. Is that also true up here?
There was something big.
Was there? Which letter was it?
I don't know.
Something. Oh! Well, you're right. What on earth is that? There's something big. Ticket office.
Door sensor.
The door sensor needs to be cleaned. Up the back.
Troll game, love it.
Okay. What haven't we cleaned? I think we could call it a day here.
Come on.
Claire, you just keep your eye on the top left.
Oh, there's an in-game checklist of things that need doing.
Is there? Ah! Well, that is bloody useful, isn't it? Okay.
What's not clean? Oh.
Gift shop letters as the starting point. That's
One of them.
Well, that's bloody useful, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
To know there's a checklist. Right. Gift shop letters.
Yeah.
Right, okay, cool. Somebody's at 92%. Maintenance door handle, hinges, and porthole. Right, well, that's just hinges. Cocking
Bloody.
hinges. And the wheel. Is it the wheel only one side?
Teddy bear. Ted, you're so safe, sweetheart.
There we go, one.
Sorry, he just did a little vocalization.
He did, I just hear a tiny I heard a tiny worried noise. Get down bottom. Hinges. Okay. Next up. Maintenance door porthole, maintenance door handle. Is that the main... Oh, hang on. Staff door handle. Okay, now we're into a small enough series of things it's actually telling us. So, ocean room boards. One of them was not clean. I thought I'd check these, but okay. Once you get close enough, the game starts actually telling... It starts putting it. Okay, so one. Maintenance door handle. Presumably that'll be you. Yeah, maintenance door handle. And then maintenance door. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm so glad Claire's not here for this. Claire doesn't get the satisfaction. Oh! And there we go. That's a lovely clean aquarium now. The job is complete. No, back to the main menu. Back to the main menu before Claire gets to see anything. Claire's just running around with a squeaky toy. Let's get to enjoy some fish. And some lovely, lovely other types of fish.
With Mr. Alligator, that will calm you down.
That's an angelfish, I think.
Yes, I think so.
That's my little favourite angelfish, where they've got instructions how to do that. Lots of little Nemos, seahorses.
$400 for that.
I feel like yeah, that's not okay. Hi, Ted. That's not okay. Oh, look at Claire. Oh. You actually get a little time lapse of me cleaning. Zip, 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 zip.
That's really good.
Nice. Pretty good. Pretty flipping good. Can't wait to get animals back in and get the place buzzing again.
Anyway, shout out to Connor McKay, who gave us $5 Canadian.
There's dollars.
And speaking of angelfish, he wanted to know, fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, God.
Angelfish, anglerfish, and eaglefin, eglefin, which is haddock.
Okay, well, easy kill the anglerfish, because they're horrifying and terrifying, and I hate them. And then, I mean, I love angelfish, so marry angelfish and fuck haddock, because there's no to eat on occasion. That one was easy. That's supposed to be the easiest fuck, marry, kill we've ever had in a long time.
Indeed. Dear, oh dear. Shout out. Yeah, the timeline is very, very cute. Axelvac, well done. Literally the second game I platinumed on PS4.
Nice.
Connor also gave us another $6.90 and says, you keep insisting there's no problem so much. It's the first sign that there is actually really a problem, so I'd better contribute a bit more to the 69k.
I enjoy just declaring everything's fine when everything's not fine. It cheers me up no end.
Yeah, but specifically the 69k thing is that, like, I just don't want people to worry and think we actually have, like, some kind of terrible tax problem.
No.
When it was just
all I've got is a terrible Claire problem.
Yeah, but you've had that for a while.
I know. I get so much over... I get vastly over my recommended daily allowance of Claire.
Yeah. You keep saying you don't have a Claire problem, but, you know... You never...
No, I just said I do. I just said I do.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely have a Claire problem.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, infestation would be the right word.
Wow, you absolute dick.
It's like bed bugs.
Oh, come on!
Very hard to get rid of.
You take that back. We had bed bug one time, so it was horrified.
That was before we lived together, wasn't it? That was
Yes, that was before we lived together, but we were dating.
That
And
was-
I had to tell you that we had bed bugs at our
Nice.
at our places.
Mm-hmm.
Not good. Anyway.
Yeah, I just thought you had one of those lovely, like, vibrating massage beds, but no, it turns out it was just full of insects. That was sad.
Wow, John's Claire problem is terminal. Rude.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear. Shout out to Z Cryo who gave us $5 and says, John, this money is to say thank you for all your videos and for inspiring me to start my own channel. Oh, and Dog TREATS for Ted.
Nice.
Thank you truly.
Excellent. Ted gets plenty. If you're curious, by the way, he's chewing on an alligator right now. If you're curious what's squeaking, it's a little alligator toy that's got a little squeaker, and he's just finding the squeaker so he can figure out how to remove it, because he likes doing surgery on his toys.
Yes.
It's his favourite thing.
Shout out to Sikaha who gave us £10 and says, I'm fulfilling my obligation as a furry to give you money so you can buy the cats toys and food. Keep doing what you're doing.
They certainly, yes, they certainly get through their food, don't they?
They're babies. They have to grow.
I know. I'm not saying that's a problem or wrong. It's just, yeah, they are, unlike Ted, who's kind of, being kept to a respectable way his weight ought to be. Their job is to consume, grow.
And do terrible
Na
poops.
na kitten damasi.
Dear,
Consume
dear.
and grow while also rolling around. Wow, that game is basically about a kitten. Consume, grow, roll around, causing chaos.
Yeah, basically. Dear, shout out to Daniel who gave us $10 and says, hey, John and Claire, I just want to say you continue to be a source of inspiration and joy in my life, and I hope to spend many more years watching and listening to your content.
Well, manage it for another decade and maybe Fallout 5 will come out.
P.S. Claire slugs hate spicy. Interesting. Slugs hate spicy.
We've got some nice little organic, safe for the soil and safe for pets and safe for wildlife things you can put around your beds.
Yeah, I do have an organic barrier thing that I just bought recently.
Yeah.
That was recommended by an allotment YouTuber that I watch, but I just haven't had time to go out and do that stuff just because I've been feeling a bit poorly. Just Ali Bonsi says, so cute Ted is going to be a surgeon someday. So proud.
It's what he does. He likes having soft toys with squeakers, and then he works around them, finding where the squeaker is. Then he makes a little incision. Then he pulls the fluff out very gently, step by step, leaves it on one side. He never eats it or anything. He's perfectly safe with it.
He just leaves it for his sisters to eat.
Yeah, it needs to be removed so they don't run into it. And then he'll find the squeaker and pull it out and be very happy. And then we just quietly put it back in so we can keep playing with it afterwards. We sometimes put the squeakers back in.
But yesterday I put a squeaker back in a toy that was quite a bit. I think it wasn't the original squeaker for that toy. It was quite a small squeaker in quite a big toy. And then I squeaked it to show him, and he looked at it that is not the noise you used to make.
No, he's sometimes wise to our tricks. Sometimes wise to trick.
He was because it was one of the ducks.
Yeah.
And they have big honking things inside, and it was a really tiny
And it was
one.
a smaller, high-pitched one.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
And he looked at it
no, not okay.
this is wrong. Oh dear. And yeah, he doesn't try to eat the squeaker or anything.
No, he never tries to eat
We take
the
it
squeaker or
away,
anything.
but he doesn't try to eat it.
Yeah, it is quite small and plastics, just in case.
Yeah, he doesn't try to eat it. He wants to make it squeak, right?
Yeah, but
so
once
we
it's
take
separate,
it
it
away
might be
anyway
dangerous.
because it's too small. But yeah.
Yeah, it might be dangerous.
Let's see. Moken gave us a 50 Norwegian kroner and says, hey Master Ted, Lady Claire, Xena Willow and John, stream 14 of asking Master Ted to allow his servant John to play Dream Park Story.
Eventually you'll get it stuck in my head. Eventually you'll get your way.
Yes, indeed. And we've got... Yeah, do you want to say this one and will I do the pet pictures?
Of course. One final one snuck in there from Jacobson, who just donated $5 Canadian, best dollars, saying, hey John and Claire, just wondering if you'll keep streaming from tax prison if they let us, if they give us internet access. I mean, I'm assuming you wouldn't just have unrestricted internet access in prison. I don't really know, like, you know, obviously modern day prison isn't just a cell with bars in it like you see in films. Like, you know, nor should it be. But, like, it's... I don't...
I think it also depends what you've done and what kind of prison it is.
Yeah. I assume maybe, like, do they have, like school-style computer labs where you could go, but, like, it has to be monitored properly? One assumes that might be the case. That feels reasonable. We
had a documentary we wanted to watch about prisons.
I want to watch the documentary on prison.
We haven't done it yet because it's going to be really upsetting.
Grim. Yeah, a bit on the grim side, potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired. I think, yes. A 3-hour stream as we started a bit late is plenty, as I am a bit tired today. As we had to get up early for some work being done around the front.
Yeah, it turns out someone put in some bamboo that was not put in properly, and it was starting to pull up paving stones.
Yeah, we had to have someone round to, because you can't just yank out bamboo. It's got to be cocking something. Stump ground, so it doesn't just grow back. So we had to have someone for that. They were around early, and it was very loud. So yes, bit on the tired side today.
Anyway, shout out to Alex, who gave us £5 and says, "Hey John, have you ever played Black and White 2? It seems exactly like your kind of thing. If your guys' pets were your spirit animals, who would you be?"
Is that Black and White 2 is in the sequel to the old God game Black and White, or Pokemon Black and White 2? Oh, I don't know, because I've heard that, because people have said the lads to me before, well, like, because they know, because I've said I fell out of the 5th generation Black and White, and what part of the reason was it was all new Pokemon. So, oh, Black and White 2 mixed in the older ones. Oh, that does sound better. But possibly you mean the God game Black and White 2, in which case I don't know, because I've never played it. But in terms of, hang on, what was the exact phrasing for if your pets...
If your guys' pets were your spirit animal, who would you be?
So that suggests that the pets are staying the same, but we're changing identity.
No, I think it's like if they were corresponding to. I think it means who of the three are we most like?
Oh, I think me and Ted.
Yeah, and I think maybe me and Willow.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Okay.
Neither of us are badass enough to be Xena.
Yeah. No, Xena's too badass. She just keeps being Xena.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But if you're referring
Xena can be Lucy Lawless's spirit animal. I think she's the only one.
That seems reasonable, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. I think we are going to go have a nice little spot of food at this point. That's it, with the aquarium having been cleaned. But yes, as I say, I first need to check whether I can get Fallout London working nicely. I may have to delay it slightly just so I can actually, like, get it working. So no promises on Fallout London, and also, like, you know, assuming it's good, there's nothing really dodgy we weren't expecting in it, and I can actually get it working, I will give me a look at it really, really soon. Like, they did kind of take us by surprise by just releasing it, like, pretty surprisingly today. That was kind of out of nowhere. So yes, I need to look into that now. So, Fallout London at some point. Sim Settlements 2, anyway. Ted destroying his toys, Claire's kitchen toys, lol. Yes, Sim Settlements are probably happening anyway, and Skies of Arcadia coming to an end pretty soon. We're into the last few parts there. So yes, Stellaris coming back soon. I think I figured out the Empire to play as for the absolutely impossible run. I think I figured it out. So, alright. That is coming up very, very soon indeed. And obviously, as we're getting close to that, that means Democracy Week must be close too. So all sorts of exciting stuff coming up soon. Thank you so much for this evening. Thank you very, very much to the Super Chat donators. And yes, as I say, question marks as to if and when Fallout London gets to show up. It really depends how soon I can get it operational and whatnot. So watch this space. We shall flipping see. Hopefully we see you, yes, next week, probably for a bit more Elden Ring, if I had to guess. But in the meantime, I've been John.
I've been Claire.
It's been many a true nerd. Hang on, where have we got? We've got, there's Ted, the cats.
There's Ted and Willow's tail over
Willow's
there.
over there. Don't know where Xena is, but then she's, you know, very good at hiding, so who flipping knows. Been many a true nerd, and this has been the delightfully relaxing PowerWash Simulator. Thank you very much, and have fun.
Bye.
That was a very... You do better.
No, I'm tired.